What's going on?
Going on.
With Mirzad
What's going on?
and Tony.
What's up, dude?
So, Drew, you just weighed in 210.0.
Yep.
0.0, so you're ready to rock and roll. We're going to get
Yeah.
some brewskis on.
Yeah, I'll do 210 tomorrow, or I'll go up. I'll decide.
How you feeling? Good?
Yeah. My right wrist is still not 100%, but it's better than it was. So.
You had surgery on it, right?
Well, if you call it that, it's a stem cell operation. So it's not the point of stem cell really is to avoid surgery. So they took, I don't know, stem cells out of my stomach fat, and they took some out of my spine and put those big old blobs. It was huge syringes. And they jammed it into my wrist right where they could see the problem.
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
March. They said it would do its best healing this summer.
Really?
Yeah. And then it heals for a year to 2 years.
Did you notice effects? How quickly?
I'm starting to notice them for the first time in the last 3 weeks. Like, I'm starting to notice it's the weirdest injury I've ever had. So it's a TFCC tear, and they're different for everybody. But for me, it doesn't hurt. It hurt the first 2 weeks I got it. And then now it doesn't hurt at all. And so I thought I healed. And because the pain was gone. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. And then all of a sudden at practice, everyone in the practice team is like top rolling me. And I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, man, my team's getting strong. And I even went and told Dylan, he doesn't always come to my practices. We have separate practices, even though we're 20 minutes from each other. He comes to mine sometimes, and I go to his sometimes. But I told Dylan at Illinois State, I was like, the whole team's gotten so strong, man. It's crazy. And they were getting stronger, don't get me wrong. But then there's just people top rolling me that I'm like, this is weird. And finally I put it together. Like, my wrist never healed. And I went to the doctor. He's a sports doctor in Springfield, Missouri. And he looked at it and he's like, yeah, you tore your TFCC. Because where'd you feel the pain when you did it? I was like, oh, right here, on the pinky side. And then he ultrasounded it, and he said, I can see all the problems right here. And he said they're different for everyone. He said he thinks it wasn't hurting me like it does a normal person because I had so much tissue and everything built in there from arm wrestling. But it's getting better now. The people that were top rolling me in practice that didn't used to be able to are suddenly not being able to anymore.
Yeah, and if you can pull tournament back-to-back weekends, it must be feeling all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Like I said, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It's just the last tournament I was 100% healthy was the strongest batch.
Mm-hmm.
I've been pulling since then because in practice, if I get in the strap, it doesn't matter. Like, I noticed on certain pullers in tournaments that in the strap I wasn't as strong as I used to be, but in practice when I put on a strap, those people can't top roll me.
Yeah.
But Steven Logsdon gave me a fit October, and I think it was 3 weeks before that I injured my wrist. Austin Tevis actually injured it. He was at my house, and no one really knew who he was at the time. And I was starting to tell people. I was like, because he was just getting into it, and he got a hold of me. And he said, I've never been beat before. And, everyone starts laughing. I'm like, all right, well, come on over. And he was the real deal. I've never felt a puller like that guy. Right out the
match
gate.
he's got coming up's interesting, I think.
Yeah.
Tevis and Hayden.
Yeah. Where is he from? Hayden?
Zach Hayden is Iowa, I think, or that area up north.
I don't know if any of you have ever pulled him.
I did.
You pulled Tevis?
Oh, not Tevis. I was there at Lawson with him, but I
Yeah.
didn't pull. I pulled Hayden.
Have any of you pulled him?
No.
He has. Okay, so everyone knows what the lift power clean is in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
He's got explosiveness like I've never felt before. Like, it's just, it's a top roll, but it's just here to here is explode.
Yeah.
You cannot slow pull that guy and have a chance. Like, in practice, you cannot do it. I even seen him. Me and Matt Lively sometimes practice together, and I can't slow pull Matt Lively. Now, I can give him a heck of a run and sometimes beat him on a ready go, but I can't slow pull him. Like I have to, it has to be a ready go or I ain't going anywhere to him. It's the same way with him. And I've seen him pop Matt Lively, like, and he's a good super heavyweight.
Yeah, and he's kind of fresh into it, right? Like he's pretty new.
Yeah,
in Lawson,
I think he hasn't been. I think he started pulling like in, I don't know, about a year ago.
I was just saying, Lawson, he was months in. As far as I knew, he said like it was his first tournament maybe, or he was 4 or 8 months.
I think he
like,
started pulling March of 2021.
He looked really good out there. Oh, no, you didn't go. That was Oscar and Small Town Tugs went out there.
Yeah. If you pull Austin, you got to get him inside. But Steven Logsdon handled him pretty easily. Like his style meshed well with him. But he's new.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Steven Logsdon knows what's going on. He's tricky.
Yeah, he's tricky.
For sure.
But anyway, I tried to slow pull him, Tevis, and I knew from the week before at my house that he was tough. And I was feeling really good, and I'm like, man, I'm just going to grip down, and I'm going to try to stonewall him trying to explode into my hand. And he separated it. And it, I remember it hurting right down here in my arm. And I didn't think anything of it, and then I couldn't turn a doorknob, couldn't put my hand in my pocket for like 2 weeks, and then it went away. All the pain went away, and anyway, still hurt, and I think it's getting better now.
So how long have you been pulling?
3 years.
3 years, that's it.
This month.
That's right. So Strongest Badge 3 you came to, right? Wasn't it?
What venue
Helen
was that?
Fitzgerald's?
Which Strongest Badge did you just have a year ago?
5.
Yeah, so I came to Strongest Badge 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, but 3 you were pretty new at
I
that
was
point,
very
right?
new. I actually entered your 230 pro. That was my first pro class ever.
Yeah, that's what it was. And you still were in the amateur left, I think. You did amateur one, I think. On one
I don't
side.
think I pulled
Or
left
pulled
in that
both.
strange. I don't think I pulled left in Strongest Badge 3. I might have.
You might have pulled both then, like amateur and pro on the right side.
Yes.
Like both.
I pulled both. Right. And I won the right.
Yeah, and still came in like third, I think.
Came in
pro.
third, 230 pro. I lost to Jared Cook. I beat him once, and then he beat me coming back around from on the B side.
Right.
And after I beat Jared Cook, I was on the A side in that tournament.
Which is real strong.
That's a good win in your first
Yeah.
pro tournament.
That's when Dylan texted me after he saw that or heard that. He goes, dude, that is a no joke win. Good job.
For sure.
So you had a background though, right? Like not arm wrestling, but strength background.
Yeah, I was power lifter, then a bodybuilder,
Yeah.
then arm wrestler.
So you think that translated well? Obviously
yeah.
for you, but I mean, do you think,
I think it did.
in general?
It did translate, but I've seen people have the same background that didn't translate. So I don't think it always translates. I could arm wrestle as a kid. Like, I was always good at it. Could beat all my buddies. I remember I could beat everyone in high school, even the big guys. Like, I know a lot of people have that same story that are good at arm wrestling, but it's the truth. Like, Garrett Wade was my best friend in high school, and no one knows who he is, but he was a huge football player. It's McKinnon Wade's brother. People know who McKinnon is around here. And I remember I beat him freshman year or senior year in the cafeteria, and I was 160 pounds, and he was, our best football player. He's like 250.
Right.
But so
I think
I just natural at it, I guess.
If anything, I think it does, like, you build up the tendon strength, right? You're pulling
Maybe
as a kid or through high school. Like people that aren't pulling, you're at
Yeah.
least building that as you go, I would think.
Definitely doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to strength train for that many years. But yeah, I've not missed a week of weightlifting in 16 years, like legit.
Even through arm wrestling.
Even through arm wrestling, I never stopped weightlifting. I know when I first started arm wrestling, bench press was a B. Like, it hurt so bad to go back there because of your elbows and stuff. But no, I've never missed a week of it. Even when I got sick, I missed maybe a back workout every now and then or something, but never just a full week of not lifting.
And you still go heavy through practices and everything? Do you practice heavy? Table practice?
I table practice every Friday, and I do that just as heavy. unless there's a tournament coming up, then I'll take one off. Used to, I had to take 2 or 3 off. But now I heal pretty quick anymore. I only need about 2 weeks. Yeah.
Why is that? Just getting better in age?
I think, well, you know what I think it is about arm wrestling is, I think, you know those beginner pains everyone talks about?
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone can still get those if you're getting blown to the side or to the pad over and over and over. So everyone in the beginning stages of arm wrestling, I think they get put to the pad, quite often. And you're not winning much, you're losing and trying to catch and I think that really inflames those tendons. Well, at practice lately, I'm not taken to the pad.
You don't lose anymore.
Yeah, so I don't get too sore. But, I think if I went and practiced with Brent Rakers or Todd Hutchings for 2 hours, I'd probably feel those beginner pains come back,
That's my problem.
I really think getting
suck.
Pulled open like that, I think that's what makes most people sore.
Yeah, winning doesn't hurt.
That's what we got to tell people.
Winning doesn't hurt.
If it hurts, it's because you're not good enough.
Yeah. Don't lose. It won't hurt.
Yeah, just get better, and then you won't hurt as much. I mean, come on. But it's true. I mean, that's why I don't pull people over in practice early. They're new. I don't go on that side. I'm not like giving them pressure to pull them over because I think that's where you get the most sore, is if you're getting opened up.
Yep, that's what I would think too.
So.
And I've even heard Todd Hutchings say that in a YouTube video before. People, you're getting sore because you're getting opened up and getting beat.
So how do you feel on your progression? I mean, are you still rocking and rolling? Is your trajectory still the same 3 years in? Are you leveling out yet? Or are you cruising even quicker, higher?
So
where you plan on being in 3 more years?
I think my side pressure and bicep strength has somewhat stalled out. So my goal is top 5 in the country 210. It's always been my goal. If I'm being completely honest with myself, I don't think I'll ever be number 1 210 in the country. Maybe, but that's not my goal, because trying to be realistic with it. And I think right now I'm in the honorable mentions, like 17th in the country right now, or 18th. And I've been as high as 14, but on the Arm Fighter, I go by Arm Fighter U.S. rankings, but I want to get top 5 in that. And I think my only pathway there now is to get a more solid hand and wrist. And my hand and wrist, don't get me wrong, are solid, but they're not my arm and elbow strength. I got a ton of side pressure, got a ton of bicep strength. I just don't have the hand and wrist to go with it.
So that's your main focus right now?
Yeah.
Hand and wrist?
I started training it really hard right before Strongest Badge last year. I went to Pennsylvania. In 2 weeks they're having it again. What do they call that? Keystone States.
Mm-hmm.
I went there last year, placed 4th, and the first and second were Georgians from the country, so I kind of placed second.
Right.
So,
right.
But
so what's the training look like
right now?
Yeah.
Lots of pulley table, just what do you call those wrist max. Then I'll do what's that other, what do I call, like cupping tools.
Yeah.
And then I do that eccentric grip one with no strap on your hand.
Yeah.
Just kind of just goes right in your fingertips. I do those, but that training I felt like was skyrocketing before Strongest Badge last summer, and I feel like that's why I did so well at that tournament. I got second, and I gave Brent a run that first match we had. The second match he beat me easy, but I feel like that was why. And then I jacked my wrist up, so now I'm trying to get back healthy so I can get my wrist and hand strong enough, because I got the smallest hand in the 210 class. I don't care who put my hand up against anyone's, it is small. So I got to make up for it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
The strap favors you, right? You like the strap?
Yeah.
This probably keeps that hand.
It helps my small hand.
Yeah.
And it lets me activate my side pressure. So I can pull flat-handed. I can pull with my wrist back, just as strong as I can with my hand.
So top 5's pretty tough still in the 210.
And it's real tough.
You've pulled Adam
3 times.
3 times.
Yep.
How'd he feel compared to Brent? Because he made Brent look like a child in that last one almost, didn't he?
I pulled Brent 4 times and Adam 3 times, and I'd rather pull Adam any day of the week.
It's crazy.
Well, he don't attack my hand. Brent seems like that's what he does to me now. He makes sure to pull my fingers, and Adam, maybe he could, but he only has once, and the other times he went right into a hook. And that fit 3. Me and him had a 1-minute match or something.
Whew.
Yeah.
Man, he looked so strong that day against Brent.
He did. But I think the only reason he did, I think he has just as much arm as Brent, and his big old hand didn't let Brent pronate. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah, that hand is absurd.
his hand's huge.
Dude, he
It's
looked
ridiculous.
huge there at the table, the whole thing. He looked huge and, like, just standing there against him.
Yeah.
Like, it almost looked like a weight class different,
Yeah.
you know? It was like, man, he is a big dude. He was impressive. I was
It
extremely
was.
impressed.
It just shows you styles make matches, though, because I pulled Brent in January and I pulled Adam in March, and I would much rather pull Adam. I like my chances a whole lot better because he goes right into where I'm comfortable.
Well, he's around, so
Yeah.
I'm sure you get him again.
Well, yeah, but he's out of my league, even though I give him good matches. Like, I still think I want to take on people that are, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th in that. I've not got to arm wrestle any of them. Even 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, none of them. Only guys in the top 15 I've arm wrestled. Brent and Adam, and then maybe one more. But it's hard to find these guys.
Are you looking to climb those rankings with super matches or tournaments?
Well, I tried super matches at Minnesota. Josh Hanlon was trying his hardest to get someone in that top, in the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, any of those guys in the 210s, and understandably they didn't want to. Not because they didn't want to lose their rank. I think it was, what was it, Memorial Day weekend?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
And then someone I really want to pull that's not even ranked, probably maybe should be, but he just hasn't been pulling that much in the past couple years, is Cody Dollar.
Yeah, he's ranked lefty.
Yeah. He goes right into a hook, and
Yeah, he's solid.
he's solid.
I don't know how his right is. I know his left is
Well, I think he tore it up in Tulsa last week.
the left.
Yeah, or his right,
Oh,
I think.
what about Doug Allen? You ever pulled him?
Really want to. Then Joel Huddick.
Yeah, Hudick.
Is it Hudick?
I think it's Hudick.
I always said Huddick. But,
I could be wrong too, so I don't know.
and then there's Quentin. Is his name Quentin?
Quinlan Mendez.
Quinlan, yeah. I tried all.
AJ Henson?
I tried all of those, and AJ. I would.
He
love
was
that
supposed to
one.
be at Illinois that one year, and then got snowed in.
Yeah, that would have been 2 years ago, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Any of those guys, I'd love to pull them just to see what's going on.
Yeah. And then I saw that. Was it Mika? Is that who it is?
Yep.
So,
Sacrilegious.
looking at that guy's style, I probably wouldn't really want to pull him.
A little too explosive.
He goes right into your
Oh,
fingers, hardcore. That's my weakness for sure. I'm trying to get it better, but his style is my kryptonite.
But once you're in a strap, right? It doesn't really. Or does it still affect you the same?
It still affects me a little bit because Steven Logsdon gives me fits in a strap. I beat him the last time we pulled, but he's kind of the same type. He goes sideways and up.
Mm-hmm.
Mika has a little less side. It's more.
Yeah, I would love
fair.
to pull him just to see, but
It'd be tough.
I'm more comfortable with anyone that kind of goes sideways or inside.
Yeah. So JT says he wants one of those shirts. which is an armbracket.com shirt.
Yeah.
Tell me about that a little more. I mean, I know
Armbracket?
what's going on. Yeah, what's going on? We got anything new? You getting it bigger out there? Explain what's going on with Armbracket.
I'll just start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Brian Kerner got a hold of me. Remember it's been a year ago now, April of 2021, I ran a tournament with Dylan in St. Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Obies. Mm-hmm. And I did it on that challenge website, challenge.com.
Yeah.
And it does double elimination brackets.
I think Ryan Johnston uses that.
He does. I don't know anyone else that does. But it's the closest thing online I could find to run in a tournament, you know. I used it at OBs, and it worked okay. I had 2 people doing it, though, me and another guy, and it was pretty rough, like trying to... It was disorganized for an arm
Did they
wrestling
run one
tournament.
table down there? Did they have 2?
We ran 1 table.
1 table.
Yeah. We had 2, but we decided to do 1, and that was actually your suggestion.
Yeah.
And I think we had like 100 entries or maybe more, but definitely didn't have 200. So 1 table worked good, but it was not easy. You know, and I'm an IT. I work in tech all the time. I'm on the computer all day, and I was like, man, there's got to be something better. And I got asked by Brian Kerner to do NatFit 3 in March. Run my brackets. You did a good job in St. Robert because he came and refed.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, sure. He goes, you know, I'll get your hotel entry fees, whatever, and then I'll pay for your drinks all day. Just run the brackets. And I said, sure. And then I immediately start searching online. I was like, I got to find something better than what I used because it's going to have more entries. Because if you guys remember NatFit 2, you were there.
Is that the first one at that place with the plastic behind the stage? Yeah.
It was huge. Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember how many entries he had, but I think it was probably close to 300.
Yeah.
So I was expecting maybe that again. And I'm like, there is no way I can do that challenge and not screw it all up. So I look and look and look and look. And I finally find something called Cornholio. It's a huge website. And they run double elimination brackets on there. It's pretty organized.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't going to work because it was going to be tab of every weight class. Because all these websites that might do what I was wanting to do aren't used to weight classes. So then I was like, well, I'm just going to go ask our wrestling coach what they use. Because wrestling is used to millions of weight classes in high school. Yeah. I was like, that's going to be... Whatever they use is going to work perfect for arm wrestling. Well, I was wrong because when I went and looked at what basically I've learned the whole nation uses for tournaments, it is not arm wrestling friendly. It's crazy stuff. Like they don't do like just double elimination in wrestling. They do. I don't know if any of you wrestle.
No.
But they do. I don't know what they do. I looked at that software and it didn't do double elimination in the way I needed it to.
It's probably a pool. It's picked out of a pool.
Yeah, I couldn't. I was like,
I would assume that they take the entire bracket basically, and they're throwing it into a pool, and it's randomized, and they pick a random 2 people out, and that's the first match, and they pick another random 2 people out. That's your second match.
It was something like that. It was nothing like I needed. So I was like, okay, back to the drawing board. Get it back on the internet. I don't find anything. And I download a few old apps that supposedly build brackets just to see if I can make it work. Because I did not want to use Challenge again. Well, I know software. I know some code. I could hire people to do what I don't know how to do, which I had to hire them to do quite a bit. And I have an idea. I drew out the blueprints. And I ran with it, and I had it built about a month before NatFit. So I had it going in February. Started it in December. Damn. And I just wanted live tables, and I wanted to filter in the classes to the tables that I wanted. Whether it be just run 1 weight class at a table, or you could run 5 at a time at a table. I wanted all of that. And then I wanted the arm wrestlers to see their brackets on their phone. So they'd quit coming up to the table and asking who they're arm wrestling, what's their bracket look like. You can just tell them to go to the website and view it yourself. I wanted them to be live updated, and I wanted the results to post immediately. That way, there's no wondering who won this tournament. You'll know as soon as that tournament ends. You just on Armbracket, all you do is click the Facebook button, and it goes right to Facebook.
That's slick. I tell you what, it does update fast. I was getting winners before I could see them win because of the delay from the video.
Yeah.
So I would, oh, he won. Wait, they haven't started yet. There they go. Okay, he won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was that fast. So, yeah, it definitely updates right away. And it is good following it. Aaron was with me when we were doing Minnesota, and he had a good suggestion of if you could have the live tournaments up top automatically, because it was it was hard for us to keep finding which bracket was running. So if there was like whichever brackets are on the tables, if you could force those to the top of the live page somehow,
Oh man,
that'd be amazing. Because it was kind of hard sifting through to like, oh, which class are they running? I'm
Well,
not
it's not
sure.
clear
I'm
on
up and
screen,
down.
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. That would be rough. I'm wondering. The page that I work on all day, which just shows the tables, I was wondering. I almost made that live where people could watch that. I don't know if that. I decided not to because.
Yeah, they don't need to see that.
Yeah.
It's more just knowing which one is running. You know, kind of maybe if it was even highlighted to an extent, kind of like your winners come up and they're highlighted.
Yeah.
You know, where something was brighter. But I would think you could just pop it up to the top.
Yeah.
So whatever's
It would
running
be
gets
switching
moved
quite
up.
a bit because if you had 3 tables, you know, I'm picking winner, like.
Yeah, just right to the top, right to the
Yeah.
top. Well, no, because you're usually running one bracket on one table. You leave it there for a while, right? So it wouldn't be jumping around. I'm not saying every time you click a winner.
Well,
Like if the 2 tables are
at
running, those
Minnesota-
divisions are running, then those would just stay on top.
Well, at Minnesota, I was running 3 divisions on one table and 3 divisions on the other
At the same time,
at
though?
the same time.
Oh, that's weird.
It cycles them, and I like that.
Otherwise, it's hard to follow.
That's why, yeah, okay. That
That-
makes more sense.
Yeah, I cycle them, and the reason I like that is because the pullers don't get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're having their weight classes only up every 3 times, every 3 matches on that table. I was doing right hand on one table in Minnesota, left hand on the other, and those pullers weren't getting super tired because their classes went up all the time. But it only works if you have a ton of people in a tournament. Like that tournament was only 127 entries, so it was actually rough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It probably would have worked better if I just ran one class at a time. But some of
Right,
those
straight
classes were so small that literally those guys were back to back to back if I'd have done that. So I was trying to give them more of a break. So I just filtered 3 classes, and it rotates them evenly. So if I have 3 classes loaded, it'll do one match from that class, one match from the next class, one match from the next class, then it'll go back.
Interesting.
Yeah, and you don't have to do it that way. You can just
No,
click.
but that does make sense on why it was hard to follow that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it would
I
have
don't know
been.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Had I known that, maybe I still wouldn't have been able to follow it. Probably.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good knowing who's coming up, you know, from the table from here. I don't always know those people, especially if I'm talking about it in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
So to see who's on the table is good. So it looks like it's doing good. I don't know how people are running it. Has anybody ran it that wasn't you?
No.
Not yet?
California tried it. Dave Depew and Kyle Depew.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably 2 months ago. It was right after NatFit. So it was probably April. I don't know if they'd never ran a tournament before, but they had like 50 entries for this tournament. But they had 40 classes. Legit. And I didn't ever expect anyone to do this. So it was one of those errors that I didn't foresee. And Armbracket, I programmed it to, if you only have one person in a class, you can't proceed because you need at least two people.
Yeah, you need 2 people for an arm wrestling match.
Yeah. And so he's like, it's not going. And I'm like, okay, one of your classes isn't full. Like, delete it. And so he's like, okay, I found a class. It's still not going because he'd go delete it. And I'm like, then you used to have another one. And I'm at the movies. I'm watching the new Batman. And this is on a Sunday. It was actually St. Patty's Day tournament. So it was 2 weeks after NetFit. And I was texting, and then I hadn't made Armbracket mobile friendly yet, other than the brackets.
Mm-hmm.
So he's having so much issues. I'm like, I got to get on my phone. I even go ask the movie theater because I want him to be happy with it. Like, can I use your computer? Nope. Okay. Which I don't blame him.
Right.
And I'm trying to. He gives me his username and password, and I'm on my phone trying to figure out what classes he doesn't have filled up. Ended up being like 18 classes, only had one person in it.
Wow.
And I talked to.
What were the classes?
Right.
It was insane. Like,
were they?
this guy was so nice, but I was like, what is going on here? And so the very next week, I go make a page basically that loads now. When you hit proceed to load the tournament and start, if any of your classes have only one person or 0 even, it tells you that class, how many's in there, and why it's not loading. So it gives you a list of like, this is why you can't go
errors.
on. Yeah, here's your errors. So now that can't happen. That's what's great about other people using it though.
You figure out that stuff you weren't looking for necessarily.
Yeah. I would never make that problem. Like, I've ran a tournament before, and I'm sure that guy maybe has too, but I even talked to Tim Talmadge about it, and he's like, yeah, I told that guy he had way too many classes. Way too many. It was like more than Strongest Badge would have for classes, but he had 50 people show up.
I just do normal classes. I only do 4 weight classes for amateurs.
Yeah, see, but he had 155, 165, 175, 180, and then he had masters like 0 to 50, then 60 and under, then 70 and under, then 80 and under. I'm not even kidding.
40 classes.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It's like nationals or worlds or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's the greatest. That's the best way to explain it. It was like a nationals or world tournament amount of classes for 50 entries. I said 50 people just a second
If
ago.
it was his first tournament, I just don't know. You think you're doing all this stuff, you're gonna get, you got the big names, people are gonna come, and then you overdo it.
I know they've ran super match events. I don't know about tournaments. They ran
the feedback he gave me though was good. Like, he was like, man, I loved setting it up. It was so simple, and he said I just could never get it to go. I'm like, well, that's important. I'm sorry. I said I'll refund you. Like, you never got to use it. No big deal. I have a refund button. So
Yeah.
I thought about that at least.
So the one time that somebody else ran it wasn't you, you had to refund them anyway?
Yep.
So what's stopping people from using it? Is it ready to
I'm
go?
terrible
Ready to go, right?
marketing.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at marketing.
What are they using instead? I guess Corey Miller's program.
And then they're doing paper. My plan was to make it so awesome that I didn't have to market it. It's not working though. I think it will. I think it'll catch on, because you were at Minnesota State. It ran fast.
Yeah, I texted Josh after. I was like, dude, for sure. The paper and pencil got to go.
Yeah.
People got to get on.
And Corey's is good
some
too.
type of system.
I like Corey's. I didn't want to use Corey's because I wanted live table automation. I just wanted.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I didn't
That's
want to flip through brackets.
Was doing mine too.
Yeah. But Corey's is good. I like mine better. It's mine, but I also got an advantage. I got to see what his did, and then build mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like in art class, you see what someone else did, then you get to start.
Right.
That's.
Yeah, you'll probably run through more issues that you fix and different things you didn't realize when you're coming up that, this will work or this will work, and I want to add this.
Yeah. I'm super proud of it though, because it's exactly what I envisioned. and it's not finished, but it is finished. Everything else is just cherry on top from here. Just extra features like maybe what you were wanting, or there's other stuff I was thinking about, but it does 90% of what I envisioned it doing. Which was be live, be online, and whoever's running it just see the tables. And Josh Handelin's dad did the announcing, and Travis Badgett has done the announcing while it's being used, and they loved it
because they know what's going on, right?
They know what's going on. They both loved it. Travis told me what to fix because that was the beta. First time I ran it at an actual tournament, he told me what he would do with it. I took some of his suggestions, but they announced the tournament, and they were like, dude, it was not a question who was in the hole, who was on deck, and who was up. And that's what they liked about it. Because they got to watch my screen all day.
Good deal.
Yeah.
So are you going to be running tournaments? That's your thing? Going to be having more of them?
The only way I'll start running tournaments like that is if people ask me and then they pay for my hotel and entry fees. I've thought about that. I'm like, worst case scenario, I don't make any money on Armbracket, but it lets me go all around the country and arm wrestle because I can run your brackets.
Right.
Yeah. So that was my backup plan. If it doesn't make any money for me, maybe it can let me do what I love. And
so has anybody reached out to you for that? I assume you're not doing brackets tomorrow.
No, I'm not. Kenny Thomas. Yeah, Bill Collins, actually.
Yeah?
He's reached out to me twice. He wants me to message him soon. But he really likes the looks of it.
He does a few a year, too, still. UAL,
he does,
right?
yeah. He just thought it looked... He said, this looks really good and fancy. There's been a few more. I'm trying to run Michigan State.
They could use you.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've only got Armbracket currently programmed to do 3 tables or less. So I would have to...
They run 4, don't they?
I think they run 4. There's not many tournaments, let's be honest.
Though.
There's not many tournaments that need more than 3.
No, and they wouldn't have to necessarily if it was ran right. I could run their people on 3.
I think there's not a tournament in the United States that needs more than 3 tables.
Yeah. If it is, it's that one, though.
If it is, it's that one. 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's got the room for it, too. It's a huge fucking stage, man, and just that whole room. I mean, it's...
And he's got the refs.
He's got the quantity.
The quantity. I don't know about... Yeah, I'm not speaking for the quality. But that was the problem. I noticed that when you were commentating Saturday in Minnesota, you're like, hey, I don't remember what you said, but you were like, you only running 1 table? And I'm like, I didn't see your message till after I was finished running it, the tournament. You remember that?
Yep. It was when they started. You were only running 1 division.
It was when they started pros.
Yeah, so there was only supers. There was something that you were only running.
Yeah, the heavyweights were pulling. All the refs were pulling in the,
That's what it was, the
super
refs,
heavy
yeah.
class.
Somebody told me from the outside.
Yeah, the refs were pulling the super
You
heavy.
did.
Yeah, the refs
Yeah.
were pulling the super heavy class. So we had
You were
1
short
table
refs.
because we didn't have refs, and then once they got done, then we pulled.
Yeah, and I
2
was only
tables.
asking because I was trying to adjust the screen. I was gonna get them to move the camera. If you guys were 1-on-1, it was
That's
fine.
what it
But
was.
I wanted to move the camera around.
Yeah. I didn't know why you were asking me, but I was like, it's not my fault, man. It's just
Yeah, no.
limited resources here.
I just knew it was happening now, and I'm like, well, I don't want to go through all the trouble of moving the camera, and then all of a sudden they start running 2 more, 2 tables again, and that's what happened. So I was just dealt with it, just kind of blew it up a little bit. We were fine.
Yep.
We were fine. So, all right, we're gonna take 1 break, and then we're gonna be right back.
read out
All right.
JT Super Chat?
Oh, yeah. Faithful Acre Farms, JT. Drew, your bracket system is badass. Keep up the good work. So, you already got fans, man. You just started.
Biggest Super Chat in the history of high dollar entertainment?
I don't know. I've had 20.
Oh, you've
a
had
couple
20?
times.
Okay.
Quady gave me 20 the other day.
Did he?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, what is he doing? Come on. Speaking of starting, though, we never really got into. You said you were in for 3 years ago, but you were in bodybuilding, right?
Yeah, when I transitioned to arm wrestling, I was heavy into bodybuilding.
What really gave you that push that said, okay, I'm going to do this?
Okay, so I'm super competitive, like unreal competitive. But
most arm wrestlers are, right?
yeah,
I think that's a lot of it.
but I was that annoying kid that got so pissed off when he lost. I've fixed that. I can take a loss like a champ now. But
You wrestled though, right?
I didn't. No, I just
you
did
didn't.
basketball.
Gotcha.
I did basketball. And, I did track too, and then weightlifting in high school. I was really good at that. But I was national level bodybuilder, and my wife was too. She's, to go off on a side note here, she's the most natural bodybuilder I've ever met. She started training bodybuilding with me when we met, and within 1 year she was Mrs. Missouri. Yeah.
How do you become that? I didn't know there was a Mrs. I mean, I guess is that like the pageant stuff? Like
Not the pageant, the bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding?
Yeah,
They
she
do that for
was.
every
She won
state?
Miss Figure Missouri, and I was Mr. Classic Missouri.
I don't know anything about all
2018
that
and
stuff.
2017. It's when they get on stage, and
Yeah.
we won the Missouri State. It's basically the Missouri State in arm wrestling, but you win the Missouri State in bodybuilding.
Is there a lot of different organizations, or that's the one?
That's the one.
It. That's it.
It's the one, yeah.
So it's kind of prestigious.
It is, and I mean, the Missouri State in arm wrestling is way less competitors than the Missouri State in bodybuilding, and it's tough to win. But she won, and I won the same year. That was cool.
Is that where you met her?
No,
No.
I met her when I worked at Verizon. Texted her after she left, asked if her phone was working good.
Yeah. That's a slick move there. That's a slick move.
Yeah.
And it just
What was the
turns out-
reply? What was the reply from
I
that?
have no idea.
But you didn't know she was a bodybuilder then or anything? It just happens that you guys have all these similar things?
She
then, or-
had interest in the weight room big time, but she had not.
She had not done it.
Nuh-uh.
Huh.
She had just gotten a gym membership before she had met me,
Uh.
and she was trying to get fit. Then she met me, and I texted her like a creep, and she knew that I was bodybuilder, and that's what I was kind of known for in my hometown, and so I started training her, and it was insane, man. I still talk about it to this day. Within 1 month, her lats went whoop. And mine would never do that. I could never get mine to grow. And I was like, am I being really biased, or is she going to be a beast? And I've got pictures, but within like 8 months, we were getting ready for a contest, and she looked like just a little action figure. It's crazy. She's only 4'10".
Right.
So
Just made for it, huh?
she's made for it. Yep. She's trying to get beefed up right now, and it's kind of the same thing. She's just growing like a weed. So,
That's nuts.
but
All right.
no, I transitioned because I'd reached my peak in bodybuilding that I wanted to, because to go further was just to really jeopardize your health with the supplements and everything it took to go to the next level.
Weight cuts too, probably.
Yeah,
right?
weight cut, and the supplements were insane to go to the next level in bodybuilding. So it's like, no, I'm not doing that. And the weight cuts were rough. I weighed 176 in Vegas the month before or the year before I started bodybuilding at a national contest, and to make 176 for me I was 0% body fat. I mean, I was probably 1 or 2, but I've got pictures of me at the hotel room, and you can't pinch anything off of me.
Yeah, just like if you don't follow it, it's like all your fat, like your whole body is just like the back of your hand, like pulling the skin off
Yeah.
the back of your no
Just
fat.
wanna cut
Yeah,
up.
it's just that.
It got really
Yeah.
hard to walk. I got so lean that I couldn't sit in a cushioned chair because it hurt my butt, and then I couldn't walk because my heels had no fat on them.
Jesus.
Yeah, and I still got like 14th nationals in Vegas. I was the leanest one there. They all said it. You're the leanest, but I didn't have the shape that they wanted. So,
do you have to be tall for that too, like a fucking
No.
model or something, or
no,
it's just more
Mostly
about
shorter.
the-
Yeah.
shorter the
Oh, it is
better
mostly
usually.
shorter? Huh.
You don't actually. It's not quite shorter the better. It's you don't want to be so short that you want it. The perfect bodybuilding height for a guy is like 5'10", 5'11", maybe 6 foot.
Really?
You know, Arnold was 6'2", 6'3", and that's really tall. And if you look at Arnold's physique back in the day, his legs were kind of slim compared to today. One reason is because height. But anyways, I decided I wanted to do something else, and I had to be competitive. And my hometown had always had an arm wrestling contest every St. Patty's Day. Well, I had won the year before and the year before. While I was bodybuilding, I'd just go and win that tournament. And me and Jen, my wife, had won the women's. So we had these big trophies in our house of arm wrestling, and we weren't arm wrestlers from just our hometown arm wrestling tournament at St. Patty's Day. So I was like, I think I want to get into that for real. And who did I get a hold of? I found Brewski's tournaments. That's what it was. And Dylan Burns was getting into it at the same time. He'd been into it longer than me, and his dad was a legend. And every time I won that tournament at my hometown, everyone was like, you'll never beat this guy named Wayne. He's this old man, but he beats everybody. He's from Eldridge, which Eldridge is like a small country town outside of my town. And I was like, I ain't afraid of some old guy, you know. And finally, as I'm starting to get into arm wrestling, I go to that St. Patty's Day, and they made sure Wayne showed up, like the bar owner, because he wanted me versus Wayne. And they put me and Wayne on the opposite side of the bracket. These brackets are like 5 people, you know, like it wasn't a whole lot. We met in the championship, and I seen Wayne wax my buddy earlier in the bracket, like the first match, and he looked so fast. It was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, and so I went and told my buddy Bruce Mitchell. I said, hey, only way I'm beating this guy is if I can start really fast. And he's like, yeah, dude, he beat me before I could blink. And they said, ready, go. I caught Wayne about that far from the pad, and I beat him. Mm-hmm. And he came up to me afterwards, and he's like, dude, you could be good at this. He goes, you could actually be really good at arm wrestling. Let me train you, though. And him and Dylan started coming over. And after I beat Wayne that one time and at that tournament, I didn't beat him or Dylan again for like 6 months. Couldn't do it. In practice, they would beat me every time. It was probably 8 to 9 months later, I'm guessing, I don't remember, before I could beat Dylan.
Did you realize at the time how, like, lucky you were that Wayne Burns was coming up to you to say, let me train you? Like, when it happened?
Yeah. I wasn't as into arm wrestling yet, so I didn't realize
I mean, that's something that just doesn't happen to most people.
Right. But, no, within a year and a half, 2 years, he was still coming over and training. I started realizing it. As soon as I could, keep in mind, these guys are way lighter than me.
Yeah, but he's a legend.
No, I know, but I'm saying when I say I beat them, I'm not proud of that. Like,
no, I don't mean that. I'm just
No.
saying the fact that he's like, you could be good at that, but let me train you.
Yeah.
That's like,
It's like LeBron telling a kid.
like you're just showing up to
Yeah.
a basketball court for your first time. I'm going to play, and Michael Jordan's like, hey, you could probably be good. Let me.
Yeah, you know, that's how I see it. I'm a huge.
But
Burns
did you
fan.
know at that time you didn't notice?
I don't think I realized it for like a solid year.
Yeah, just like, oh, this is normal.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
knew he was a world champ, but I didn't know arm wrestling yet. Like, I didn't know winning world. I came from powerlifting, and I was a national champion like 10 times in powerlifting, and it didn't mean anything because there was 50 organizations.
Right.
So to answer your question, no, I didn't realize how awesome Wayne was, because world champion didn't mean anything to me, because I'd seen world champions in powerlifting that it's not that impressive to me, you know.
But the knowledge that's there, and to jump into the sport with hey, I want to get into this, and then you're getting the correct knowledge off the top is I mean,
what's crazy is what him and Dylan were preaching to me 3 years ago is just now starting to register. Like,
you're probably too good. You're probably too good initially, you know. Like, most people get their ass whooped, and like they have to change things right off the bat. Whereas you're winning, so
so now they're telling you all this stuff, and you're like,
Wayne and Dylan told me several times because I was doing good, you know, and a problem I had in the beginning of my arm wrestling career, and I don't do it anymore. I think probably because of Wayne, but I would get away from my hand like this if I'd lose. Now, when I lose, I just usually lose pretty tight, you know, maybe a little bit out, but nothing like I used to be. And Wayne would just get on to me so hard for that. He's like, quit opening yourself up, and you're going to blow a bicep, and stay with your hand. And he would always preach, you know, your pinky strength is going to be really important to hold a top roller. Well, he's right, and it took me a long time.
I remember you opening up a lot.
Yeah, I used to open up a lot, and I don't anymore. You know, as soon as I stopped opening up a lot, because I was getting better as an arm wrestler and stronger in those areas that keeps me from opening up, is when I ascended and became, instead of a really good amateur low-level pro, to better level pro. But no,
you're there.
Him and Dylan really helped me a lot. Then, as soon as I started being able to figure them out, I wouldn't say figure them out, but I was just gaining enough strength to be able to practice with them without getting my doors blown off. They brought Wayne brought his other son over. You guys ever seen Aaron Cole?
Yep. He's a monster too, man.
He was my size, and he was a Burns. And so it was right back to the drawing board. I was just getting killed by this guy. He's just as fast. All three of them are lightning fast.
Do you remember him being at Illinois State 2 years ago?
And he almost beat Roman.
He was the only one besides Greg Allen to go first
on
Roman in that entire tournament.
Yep.
He was close.
Yeah, so I wish he would pull, because he would be really good if he put time and effort into it.
Yeah, Dylan says it's a waste of talent.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna do it. There ain't nothing about it. But
yeah.
It's not for everybody, man.
No. If you don't get joy out of it, I wouldn't do it.
It's a lot of pain.
Yeah.
A lot of work for nothing.
Man, I had so much pain one time in my first, probably like 18 months in, that I buried my head in the couch and screamed because I felt like my arm was falling off.
So
like
bad.
I felt like someone was sawing it off right here. Like, I can't explain it. I haven't felt that bad.
No, you can't explain it to somebody that hasn't had it, because it's terrible.
And
it's
then to turn around and come back after that.
You
what
go
the fuck
again.
Is wrong?
You go again. It's like, what the fuck?
We can't stop.
Oh, silliness.
Yeah, I remember I was like freaking out, like, what's going on in my elbow? I just arm wrestled. It was like my work crew. They all came over and they wanted to see me arm wrestle, and so I arm wrestled like 5 people at the same time. Like, they all had their hands on my one hand, and I was holding them, and then they finally, I think they beat me. Yeah, and as soon as I finish, I just feel this pain in my elbow. Like, I can't even explain it. It felt like it was falling off. And I'm like, well, this is it. You know, I've heard of Dallas Langston. I seen him on Facebook. He said he's called 911 before on that.
On the soreness.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I didn't know.
I'm like, I understand, though. I didn't call 911, though.
Right?
I just screamed into my couch.
Damn. But it's like that with people breaking their arm, right? Like, I broke my arm, I still arm wrestle. People that come back after that and they're doing it. Like, look at, what is it, Craig Soublier?
Yeah, twice.
Yeah, you're going to snap it once, you're going to arm wrestle again, snap it again, and you're like, I'll be back.
Still at it. Still at it.
Man, it takes a different kind of person, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Just be like, fuck it.
He's broke his arm twice.
Yeah, same arm.
And forgive me, I don't know. I've seen that guy's name, but is he like a pro?
He's a pro. Yeah, he's legit, man.
And he's broke it in pros?
Yeah.
What? How does he break his arm? A lot of pros don't break their arm, you know?
Yeah, well.
It's usually an amateur. Not always.
No. I mean, what, did you see the last one with Roger Bailey? Was it Bailey Learned?
Yeah.
With Doug Allen?
Is that left-handed?
It was. But
Was that Doug Allen?
It was so weird. They were just right in the middle. Like, there was pressure for sure, but it wasn't like he did anything crazy. He didn't surge. It was like Doug was just in a spot and was like, pull. Come on, Roger, pull.
He had to be fucked up before, huh?
It was wild. It was just that much pressure.
If there's anything I've noticed, not all arm breaks make sense.
That was wild. Passmore did it, pro. I mean, he was in a bad spot, though. He was just all in and gave out. So, I mean, bad spots, that's not going to stop him. You know, some people are built for it a little more, but, I mean, at some point it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But you're right. More are going to be the amateurs. It's usually because you're not built for that shit. More than it's even in a bad position, I think that's your number one.
Yeah.
You're just not built for it.
You're not built for it. I think your bone density isn't up to par, and sometimes I think they're strong.
Quick. Yeah, you're like, all right, I'll go compete. We'll jump in, and they get blasted. Or they're strong enough that they put in that pressure.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
They're strong enough to almost give a lock on their bone, but their bones aren't ready for it, you know. But their muscles are almost strong enough to snap their own bone.
To keep them in.
Yeah. That's what I think it is. That's why I'm always surprised when pros do it, because most pros' bone density is solid just from training.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't worry about it ever, but then the shit happens, and then it's like gets back in my head. Like, well, I mean, you see it when it's like that wasn't even a bad spot. That dude was just sitting there holding. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
You know. Hopefully, I can handle it as well as I did when I was hammered the first time.
Jesus.
If it ever happen again. I broke my right. Yeah. But it was like 2002. I mean, you're
arm wrestling, huh?
Mm-hmm. Drunk as fuck, sitting down.
You weren't even thinking about doing arm wrestling like competitively? You're just doing it at like a party?
We used to just arm wrestle. No, I had no idea what was really going on. And they were throwing tournaments at Brewski's at the time. This is pre-internet. How do you know about that? How do you find out about that shit? I didn't know.
Yeah, that's...
So, I mean...
Wayne knew that Brewski's thrown tournaments for years.
Yeah, but Wayne's been pulling since the 80s, right? Like, had I known them... Sure.
Who came to the Brewski's tournaments back then?
I mean, all them guys, like the Mike Wests and the Sterling Miles, and you know, all them guys. I mean, there was a group of guys.
They must have got letters in the mail, like, "Hey, we're having one here."
Yeah, yeah, flyers, I guess, word of mouth.
Yeah,
you know, because it was the only reason I found it was WAL was promoting everywhere.
Yeah.
So then when I got out there, then it was like, oh, we've been holding them. But yeah, so I'm just pulling at parties, and you know, I had a buddy that did it too, so he'd pick out the biggest guy, and I'd take the next one. And it was just me and him, drunk as fuck at a table, and the worst spot ever. I didn't know it. I didn't know
you were
that's
in a
why.
bad spot for sure.
Yeah, but at the time, I thought you just break your arm wrestling. Hell, I was telling him it wasn't broken. It was just my elbows popped out of place. Just pop it back in. He's like jamming my arm this way back in. And it's the legit spiral fracture, you know, normal
You had the
break.
normal arm wrestle break.
It's on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever seen an arm wrestle break like up here in your forearms?
Just on the movie The Fly.
World's Strongest Man, it happened.
Yeah.
World's Strongest Man used to do arm wrestling.
Magnus pulled someone.
Yeah, broke the forearm.
Yeah, that's a weird one. That doesn't happen often. It's almost always.
Yeah, because it was like one dude that knew what he was doing, and one guy that had no clue.
But was super strong.
But it was for the World's Strongest Man, so it's like you're not going to go easy on the guy.
Yeah.
And then, it was still super weird.
I started pulling again about a year and a half later when I could pull again, and I pulled for another 15 years before I even knew that I was pulling wrong. Like, oh, that's why it worked. It took 2 years of training, basically. 2 years of when I competed, and then actually started training and talking to people, and then it was like it all kind of clicked. Oh yeah, I can totally see it now. I could have not broke my arm. I just completely dedicated everything to the side, sitting down, turned out like 100% the worst. You
Worst
would turn,
possible.
everybody would turn and cover their ears when they would see it, you know.
Well, a lot of people at the party probably didn't understand that was a bad position, so they probably
Nobody
watched
knew.
like this.
Oh, nobody knows.
I saw a girl in what I would consider a questionable spot in Minnesota, and she was only like a teen, and I just did this. So there's the table, and I turned.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to look away. You have to look
I
away.
was like, I'm not looking.
I don't
want
want to see it.
I turn.
Thank goodness.
Once in a while, plug my ears.
I
Yeah,
don't
thank
wanna see that
goodness
shit.
she didn't.
I did
But-
that at Vegas. There was one that happened, and I was on the stream. I'm doing it, and I'm like, "Don't turn it, turn." I stop. I turn around to turn, and Tony and I think both you
Yeah.
guys were both already turned around when I look over, and they were both the same way. And I'm like, "Oh, you too, huh?" Oh.
Yeah, no, fuck that, dude. I don't want to see that shit.
Oh, hell
I
no.
don't want to see that.
And it's all the
brutal.
time. I see
Oh.
it all the time, and I'm like, and especially when it's amateur, it's like, "Oh shit, here we go."
Yeah,
Here we go.
that's why it's always nice when the refs stop it, though.
Yeah.
I never get
They
mad
get
at a
mad.
ref.
They used to stop me.
Yeah.
And I'd get so pissed because it's like, I've already broke my arm. I remember saying that one time. Leonard's like, don't tell me that shit. You know, now
Right.
he's like more worried about it.
Yeah, right. I'll turn you in sooner.
Yeah. It's like, whatever.
So, if you break your arm there, is it harder to break it again?
you know, I don't know.
You
Supposed
said
to be.
Craig, I can't say his last name. Did he break the same arm twice or
Should be.
different arms?
Same arm. I don't know if I could find x-rays. He had, different spots on the arm. But yeah, same. Yeah, that's crazy.
If I was that guy, I would be
He's still
taking
at it.
calcium and D3 like 3 times daily.
He's a freaking monster.
Yeah, I've seen him. He looks like a monster.
He's one of them guys that'll teeter like around like where you're at. Like he's popped in, maybe gets ranked, but he's right. He's like a top 20 guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Strong for sure.
What weight class? He like supers or is he 230?
220, 230. Yeah, 230.
Hmm.
No, he could. I think he was up at like 242s, but he came down. I think he could make 220. He was down towards that, but he's more of a 230. 230 guy for sure. I don't know who else. Do you expect a turnout of 210s at Brewski's tomorrow?
No,
No. You gonna pull up?
I might. Yeah.
Brent will be there. I'm pretty sure he's pulling. Right?
I think so.
Razad. He ain't making no 230 though.
Definitely
He's
not.
stopping skipping
see
out on
who's
the
there.
Chinese buffets, the high class Chinese buffets.
Only the best for
Yeah,
Brazil.
only the finest.
Right across from closed Kmart. That's the move.
No, I'll do 210 if it's competitive, but I'll probably end up doing the weight class above me.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who's coming tomorrow that people don't know yet is Colin Burns on my team.
Oh, he's strong. I know
Freak
him.
Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna surprise some people tomorrow.
What's he weighing?
Yeah.
He's 250.
250.
Yeah,
Oh
He's-
shit. Could be a
he's
good
gonna-
heavyweight class.
he's gonna light people up tomorrow.
Think my boy Evola's coming.
Is he?
Yeah.
There
He
we
says.
go. There we go.
We got Evola. Brent will pull supers.
This will be the first time
Got
Colin's
Aaron.
pulled supers. He's pulled 2 tournaments amateur supers.
He's got a sick press.
Oh yeah.
Colin
Like-
Burns.
I think I was telling you about him a little while ago. I was trying to see if there's any relation between Dylan and them.
Yeah, they're cousins.
Oh, they are. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
They're distant cousins. They don't see each other at family gatherings or anything,
Okay.
but they are related.
Huh.
But if your last name's Burns and
Yeah,
you're
you're
in
good
mid
on
Missouri, you're all related. I've learned that.
One way or another. Huh?
Yeah,
Probably like a great grandpa or something.
Wayne. It's so funny because Wayne asked. He's related to half my arm wrestling team somehow, and there's only. It's not like they're all last names Burns, but then told Wayne about Colin, and
Sorry, dude. but-
yeah, you don't care to feel me too. Told Wayne about Colin and him and Colin got to talking, and sure enough, they're like second or third cousins.
That's nuts. I've done a lot of that ancestry stuff.
Man, I've done a lot of it here lately.
Yeah.
On Ancestry.com, yeah.
You just don't fall in. Did you just start doing it?
I've been doing it for years, but
okay.
I could never find my bishop side, and then all of a sudden, Ancestry's getting more advanced, and it found stuff that I couldn't find for me.
Just make sure you document it. Don't start following those other people's charts, like other people's. When I first started getting into it, I thought it was like, man, I'm finding everything quick. You realize real quick that they're not right, and then you're following all these people that are just following more people, and just because the majority, just find documents, and
right.
Don't use the.
Yeah, I think it's right, but I've traced my bishop side back to like the 1400s.
Oh,
now. Yeah.
Man, you got the good subscription then.
Well, working for a school district, I use that email, and it's not all paid for, but a lot of it.
Yeah, I only got like the U.S. side, so once it got back past, once they start shipping them into the United States.
You use Ancestry then?
I did use Ancestry, yeah. For the most of it.
Do they give you a raw data report? Do they give you your raw genome?
What do you mean?
I don't believe they do. Like 23andMe will give you your raw DNA code. Like,
oh no, they don't.
Ancestry doesn't really do nothing.
If you get one of those, I got an Excel document. You can follow like different important genes, longevity, athletic performance.
Thank you, dude.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he's got that locked down to like what he should order at McDonald's and shit.
Basically.
Yeah, there's some really cool websites that you can submit your DNA, and they can tell you like what foods you should eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think they're pretty spot on. Like, we're all allergic to stuff that we eat every day. Just not very allergic.
Not enough.
Yeah,
But it would be nice to know some of that, because I feel a lot of stuff is healed with food, and if you just
100%.
change your diet sometimes, that's mainly what it is. But
if I eat too much, I think it's dairy, might be gluten. I don't know. If I eat too much, I start getting severe dandruff, like on my nose, on my chin, on my head, and it's like you have to peel it off.
Wow.
Like, it's scaly. I'm like a lizard.
weird.
If I start eating bad stuff,
Sounds more like gluten.
it might be gluten, but
So bread?
yeah.
Can't eat bread.
Celiac.
God,
I
would
can
be
eat
so
bread. I
messed
can
up.
eat bread. It's just when I start consuming too much, but I consume a ton of food. Like, when I go to McDonald's, I get like 8 McChickens. so
I almost spit that out. Holy fuck.
I'm not even kidding.
Man, that's a lot.
God damn, that's a lot of McChickens.
No, I have a huge appetite. Huge. I love buffets.
Yeah, I do big meals. Very infrequent big meals.
That's how I am. I do
Yeah.
2 or 3 big meals a day. I don't snack.
That's
Yeah.
the sumo approach.
That's kind of frequent.
Shanko Nabi.
2 or 3 meals, right? You're meaning less.
I do 2.
2
Yeah.
or 3. That's
Frequent.
infrequent?
3 if I'm
Coming
really
from
eating
my
a lot.
background, frequent's 8. I used to eat
Yeah.
8 times a day.
Are you guys kidding me?
Yeah,
No.
bodybuilding's
Dude,
like
that's standard
yeah,
bodybuilding.
6 is standard.
Yeah, fucking.
Keep eating. Like
Yeah.
Mark says, quit eating like a bird. You
Yeah.
got to eat more.
Yeah.
But I don't get hungry
man.
like that. I get real hungry, and then it's.
I don't
gone,
like
yeah.
to snack, man. I never
I
have
don't.
my whole life.
I eat like once
Like,
a
everyone would have
Not
like
bad.
chips after school, and I'd just be looking at them like, dinner's at 6, dude. I'm like, I ain't
Yeah, I
eating.
want to stay hungry. Yeah.
My buddies would be like eating the chips like
Yeah.
right after school, like, I'm so hungry, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm good. Just
No,
gonna
I'm
wait-
gonna have, I'm
wait
gonna
till
have
my
fucking
meal,
10
yeah.
burgers later.
So
or
what's the
something.
thing? You're just eating all the time because you're working out all the time? So you're just burning
I don't
it
eat all the
constantly?
time though. I
No,
just
I mean
eat.
the bodybuilder
Anti-catabolic,
mentality.
so you don't burn muscle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think a little bit of it's bro science, but
Well, it's true. The first thing you burn is before you burn fat is muscle.
no, it's true.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of studies that you can eat twice a day or
Right.
8 times a day, and if you have the same macronutrients, same calories, it's not a big difference in your
yeah,
physique.
that's true.
Yeah, because the time
It's
can't be
definitely
that big a deal.
excessive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, if you're eating the same, like I said, 2 meals a day or 8 meals a day, but you're eating the exact same macronutrients, the exact same calories, and your physique's not going to look a whole lot different.
So
It's
is
just
that
not-
something? Those nutrients and whatever this diet thing you're talking about, is that going to be different between all of us? Would all of us have a different diet based on us? And
Oh,
is
yeah.
there a way to pinpoint that? It's like,
The best way to pinpoint a diet down, in my opinion, is to mark your results weekly. Trial and error, and then adjust until you start getting the what you're wanting. So if you're wanting to lose weight, you start, this, let's say 1,500 calories, 40% carbs, 40% protein, 20% fat, and then you do it for 3 or 4 weeks, and you log it, and you do it, and you don't cheat, because if you cheat, it screws everything up. And then, did I lose weight? Did I not lose weight? If you didn't lose weight, you got to go down a little more until you find that sweet spot, and then basically squeeze that lemon when you find the sweet spot until you don't lose any more, and then you adjust it again. It's the best way to diet.
so it's a lot of work on figuring out what you're eating. That's so much work.
In my opinion, unless you have some sort of medical problem that's in the background, which there's people that have this, but most of the time that's not the case. Anyone can lose weight as long as they're being honest. You just gotta log it, and figure out what's not working. Well, it's not working because you're eating 1,800 calories a day. Go down to 15. Oh, it's not working because you're eating 1,500 calories a day. Go down to 12. Oh, now it's working. And you gotta exercise. I mean, you don't have to, but if you don't exercise, there's some women that would only be able to eat like 700 or 800 calories a day, which is like nothing, But if you exercise, they can eat maybe 1,000 calories a day because they're burning that also, No. But I used to do diets for people and online. I hated it because 90% of people don't do what you ask them to do.
Yeah, and they tell you they are anyway.
I just saw a report.
You gotta
More
deal
Place,
with
More
that.
Dates did. Apparently, everybody, I think they said they lie on an average of like 3 cheeseburgers worth of calories, no matter if they're obese or non-obese. Everybody lies the same amount, 3 McDonald's cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
It's an interesting little study.
It's like on average, men underestimate calorie intake by like 20%, and women it can be up to like 50%.
The study I saw.
And not necessarily
was like
lying,
the same,
but either lying or
they just don't
totally
realize,
underestimating, or like
Yeah.
you just grab shit throughout the day and you don't even think about eating it. Like you go, everybody's got candy on their desk and you
Right.
eat
They
3
don't realize
mini
where it's-
Snickers
yeah.
and you don't even fucking count it.
Well,
I'll
my
put
wife
down some shit.
my wife's logging everything she eats right now because she's trying to gain size, and she couldn't do it, and so I didn't even recommend this to her. She did it all on her own, but she started logging what she ate, and she's trying to make sure she eats 1,500 calories a day, which is a lot for her, and now she's been progressively going up in weight like she wanted to the whole time because she's logging it. But the funny thing is, what you guys are saying, the other day she said she logged her Raisinets. She ate a box of them.
Yeah.
She's like, it was 110 calories, and I just spit. And I'm like, hey, that is not 110 calories. She goes, it is. It says it on the box. And I'm like, per serving.
Yeah, there was like 4
Right.
servings.
I was like,
in
go
there.
look
14
at
in
that
there,
thing.
probably.
There's
Yeah.
like 7 or 8 servings in
That's
that box.
fucking hilarious.
It was like
dude.
1,000 calories.
That's
in that
amazing.
box.
And she
she
said
put down
110.
120 or
That's
something.
awesome. That's fucking awesome.
And so what you're saying, people underestimate it all the time.
Oh, dude, if like one of the best ones is cereal. People will be like, "Yeah, I had a bowl of cereal." And
Who's
it's
measuring
like,
out
What
the
size
cereal?
is that bowl?
yeah, like
Yeah, it's
a
a bowl.
fucking bowl of cereals. Serving size is like this, and then people have a bowl that's this
Oh, yeah.
fucking big. It's
Yeah.
like you just had 8 bowls of cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like ice cream. When they
Yeah.
say a serving of ice cream,
Yeah,
like,
it's
have you
like-
seen that? That's,
yeah.
that's a kid
Yeah,
serving
2
at best.
spoonfuls. Yeah.
Like, come on. My kid would be like, seriously, come on, can I have some ice cream? Get out of here. That's where I would underestimate it, because I would eat a lot of that. It's like,
Oh, it's
okay, I didn't
easy.
realize it, but
Yeah.
that was 1,600 calories in ice cream I just ate. Or,
Yeah, for sure. It's
Fun
easy to
fact,
do.
though, calories that pack a punch, I'll tell you, I knew this from my bodybuilding days, but raisins, man.
Yeah.
Just a raisin, unbelievable amount of calories in a raisin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just
It's
one.
so shrunken down, yeah.
They're like packed full of sugar. That's why Raisinets are like 1,000 calories in that little box. They're
sugar,
packed full of sugar.
Never really liked raisins. So.
A lot of people don't. I like them. I like them better with chocolate on them.
Yeah,
but-
dried cherries, same deal.
Mm-hmm.
You guys probably know better about this. I saw Lachlan talking about his prep when he came over for this these last couple super matches.
Prep, like diet prep or training?
Diet last day. So he does his thing where he gets
Why is he
liquid
dieting?
IV.
He's like a super...
Well, not just the overall food he's eating that day.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He went like 100% carbs. Is
Oh,
that
did he?
is that the move? Like he like would avoid protein that last day and just do as many carbs as possible.
For like glycogen super compensation, you
Yeah.
can.
Is that ideal?
Yeah, if you go ultra high carb, like insulin's going to be protein sparing, so the more carbs, the less proteins you need. You're not going to utilize protein. There's not going to be as much protein breakdown when you have insulin present all the time.
So is that day before, day of? What's the deal?
Well, the only time I would,
No, go ahead.
he knows better.
No.
like,
You know plenty. I'm just going to say, in my opinion, when you're trying to break down like food the day before an arm wrestling tournament, you're really picking like
Right.
lightly there. Like it's never gonna, in my opinion, it's never gonna matter unless you guys are just that close of a match. Like it
Yeah,
have to
with
be crazy close.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make a huge difference.
Okay.
Like, you're not gonna gain
Well, as
10%
long as you're feeling
strength
good.
eating Cheerios the day before a
Yeah.
match. You know.
So what's the benefit on the table? What is it going for?
See, to me, I'd only do that for looks.
Exactly.
Because like the only time
Makes
you're
it
gonna,
more full.
the only time you're able to super compensate is if you get totally depleted beforehand. Because like you can super compensate because you depleted all your glycogen, so you can store normally more than you normally would. So
Yeah.
it's like no arm wrestler that's in the super heavyweight class is going to deplete their glycogen just to super compensate.
Well,
Yeah.
How much do you lose from travel? I guess, I mean, you definitely get some amount of dehydration, but does that affect glycogen?
I mean, not for arm wrestling, it would be so,
So minimal.
minuscule.
Yeah.
So it's more about doing what makes you feel good?
Yeah, I mean, totally. Whatever mentally gets
Yeah.
you in the right state of
But
mind.
what was he
is
doing it for?
way-
What was the benefit for what he was carving up?
Sounds like for
Just,
strength.
performance, yeah.
Yeah.
But
but-
performance out, what is it like? Is it you said
It's
it's
supposed
Well,
Activity,
glycogen
strength.
is basically what your muscles use for energy. So you wouldn't
Yeah.
want to be short on it, but it's like that's more beneficial for, say, like a marathoner or a Tour de France.
well,
Yeah.
everybody
Something like
carbs
that.
up before shit, right? You always hear it carb up for this.
Yeah.
You want to eat a bunch of
That's-
carbs before you're working
like,
out.
For example, tonight I went to Brewski's and I wanted to make 210. I didn't eat all day and I didn't drink all day. I would have arm wrestled like crap in that state when I was 210. I almost fell asleep on the drive up here. You know, like you wouldn't want to arm wrestle depleted, but I can literally load up just normally and eat a normal meal and drink some Gatorade and water and arm wrestle good the next day. I don't think me eating a big plate of spaghetti is going to make a difference, you know?
No, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
So is there anything with avoiding spiking like mTOR with
What the fuck
eating
is
protein?
mTOR?
Yeah, it would be so. It would be a
It'd be
fraction
minimal.
of
Okay.
1%.
Because
I feel so
Yeah.
stupid right now. What the hell are you guys talking about? What is mTOR?
mTOR is a pathway how you create muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be so
Oh,
small.
well,
I wouldn't even consider.
That makes
it.
sense on why I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it this way. If Toddzilla's not doing it, he's probably not even, because that guy breaks everything down to a science.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. He's got the engineer's mind.
Yeah,
definitely.
like if nutrition made a huge difference, nutrition makes a difference in arm wrestling for sure, but not the night before nutrition. We're talking overall nutrition. You
Yeah,
wanna
it's
get your
definitely
protein.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
longer, longer
picture.
term outlook
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's not like the night before a marathon where you do want to load up. You know, unless you're in just a 2-hour grinder match.
I can
Right,
definitely
it
see
would
the
have to be so long. It would have to be outrageous.
I can see the liquids being more important that
Because
day,
the total amount of activity the average dude is going to do in an arm wrestling tournament is like
Low.
less than a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fair.
When I first started arm wrestling, or the first tournament I found, I was weighing like 210, 215 pounds. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to arm wrestle this one.
You were weighing 215?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But, like, not a 215, like looking like Mirzad or nothing, right? Like, I look just like me with no muscle, though, and 215 pounds. Like, I couldn't do a pull-up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go arm wrestle. But I'm like, I can't arm wrestle at 215 because that's ridiculous. I know all my friends, I couldn't beat any of them, even the light guys. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do 170. That's where I should be, 75. I'm doing 75 because they had a 75 class and then like 200, 225 or some shit like that. I'm like, I'm going 75. So I'm like, I quit drinking soda. I used to drink a shit ton of soda, right? So I quit drinking soda, quit all this shit. I dropped all of it, but it was like I starved myself towards the end, you know? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to go weigh in, and I'm going to go to the buffet, and we're going to smash some shit, you know? And I weigh in, and I made it. I hit the buffet, and I eat a half a plate of food, you know? And I was like, oh, I'm full.
Oh, you shrunk your stomach, dude.
Dude, I would starve myself, right? So, like, that
happened to me tonight.
Yeah?
Big time.
Yep. You couldn't even eat?
I ate one plate, and I'm used to eating 2 or 3, and my stomach, I go into the car, I showed my family my stomach, I pulled my shirt up, and it was like a turtle shell. And I ate one plate, but I hadn't ate since 24 hours. Yeah. And so everything had just shrunken in, and I hadn't drank in 24 hours either. And
that's normal. I would think 24 hours. Like, shit, I eat once a day. It'd be like normal.
Yeah, like, it's all what you're used to, though.
So
I'm used to eating 3 times a day, big meals. And
I did lose it, though. Mainly it was the soda. It was 20 pounds of soda weight. Right. Because I never did really go back to drinking soda.
I drink diet soda, of course, but people that drink like 18 or 8 Pepsis a day, they have no idea how much weight they could lose if they quit doing that.
Oh, it's literally the only thing they need to change.
Yeah.
I would get up in the morning and go to like the gas station to get like a 44-ounce Mountain Dew, like the giant one.
Damn, dude.
And I would be back there like at lunchtime, like I'd get another one. Like it'd be 2 of them, like at least. Okay, like lots of soda.
Oh,
lots of.
How much sugar?
Enough that I don't even get headaches. I got headaches from quitting the shit. And I was still drinking coffee. But because of the soda stop, that's how much I drank.
That's crazy.
I was getting like piercing
I was gonna
headaches.
Say caffeine, but it didn't.
It couldn't have been the caffeine, right? It had to be the sugar. And I was putting sugar in the coffee too, but it's not the same as like soda sugar.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
You weren't putting that much sugar in it.
Dude, they were piercing headaches. It was like 4 days I had to deal with that shit. They would come and go. But I know it was the soda.
A ton of soda.
How much sugar is in that Coke right there? 46?
Yeah, probably like 40 grams.
It's a ton. 39 grams of sugar.
Yeah, right around 40. Wow.
If I drank,
including that's total
solid.
added sugars. Yeah, it's 78% of your daily value in one.
Yeah, if I drank the amount of regular soda that I do of diet, I'd weigh 350 pounds. I'd weigh 350 pounds. I just crushed diet soda. There's no way.
News.
I just don't. I don't hydrate. I'm weird. Like my whole office at work, they're like, "You don't drink anything." Every morning I have an energy drink. Probably not good for me, I know, but I have an energy drink, and then I have a protein shake for my breakfast. Only do that because I'm trying to trim. When I'm trying not to gain a ton of weight, which is usually the last 4 years because of arm wrestling, I don't want to gain a ton of weight.
Right.
I just drink a protein shake with fruit in the morning, and then I don't drink anything again till lunch, and I'll have a Diet Mountain Dew in my lunch. And then I don't drink anything again till dinner, and I have a Diet Mountain Dew in my dinner, and I go to bed. Don't drink anything else.
Great. Dude, I'm with you. I think hydration is a scam.
Yeah.
I think like
you guys are crazy.
I think it's a scam though, because like
it's what you're
think
used
about
to.
Like motherfuckers were digging ditches and like working on the railroad and laying bricks and like water bottles weren't even a thing, and now like. Every dude that, the assistant manager at Kinko's has a 64-ounce water bottle because he's got to stay hydrated. It's like, what the fuck?
And just
I don't
today,
fucking drink water.
Today, I was looking to get a bottle double this size.
That's crazy.
Just today.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
What it is, though, it's what you're used to.
Yeah.
And what you... It's going to sound really weird. I stopped drinking water at a young age because... because
That's awesome because I don't drink water ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
Because I didn't want to take the time to go
I
pee.
stopped drinking water. That is fucking awesome.
I didn't
Clip
want to
that
take the
out.
time
Yes.
to go
Make one of
pee.
those
Yes.
little shorts for me.
Yes.
There we go.
I stopped drinking water at a young age.
But
oh my
literally,
God.
I did because I was tired of going pee. I was like, dude, this is for the birds. I don't want to go to the bathroom every hour.
Dude, that's fucking
That is the greatest fucking clip ever.
beautiful logic.
Oh my God.
That's what my logic was, and it was like
This
a
is
5-year-old.
taking too much time out of my day.
It is.
Peeing. I'm like peeing like 8 times a day. This is fucking like that's like I could play a whole other video
I don't,
game.
that-
I don't
that's where
drink
it
water
went,
either. Like it's coffee or diet soda.
I do drink
and
too
that's
much,
it.
but here's the thing: I notice I drink too much
the only
coffee.
time I drink
I feel better if I drink
Sorry.
water.
Yeah.
Of course.
The only time I drink water is if I go outside in the heat for a long time,
Man.
and then I will.
And then it's delicious, though, right? And you love it.
Dude,
and
water's
it's,
such bullshit. Like it doesn't taste good.
Oh,
does-
come on.
it's delicious. The colder, the better.
Have you ever had an iced coffee?
I don't like iced coffee as much.
God damn, dude.
I like
Eat
hot coffee.
Yeah.
I'll bring you a Starbucks iced coffee tomorrow. I'm gonna change your life. You're gonna spend $5 a day more every day the rest of your life because I bring you one.
No.
If you're really
Starbucks takes
thirsty,
too long.
nothing tastes better than water.
Dude, you order that shit ahead.
100%.
I do think, I'm not a water fan. I'm with Tony, but I do think people that drink a lot of water, as long as they don't like smoke cigarettes like a chain smoker, I think they age better.
Mm.
I think if you are
I got more energy
Well,
when I drink water.
it's
all the
definitely
time.
true. If you drink water all the time, you have to keep that up. Like we store all the water, all the
Right.
liquid we drink
Yeah.
because we don't drink that much.
Yeah.
You two, like, you
You guys
probably
are-
take
Oh,
55.
now-
Yeah, your
Lately, I
body
haven't
flushes
been.
it all the time.
I need
your
to get
kidneys
back
are
on
working
it.
all the time, and ours aren't.
I'm more on your guys' style right now. I need to get more on it.
Rashad, you got to get on board, man. Water's bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean,
I drink coffee all day.
if I'm really focused on
Water's for pussies. Let's face the facts.
I will forget about it if I'm really, into my schoolwork or something. But no, like this, I'm sipping every few seconds. So
When they moved the weight classes to 72 and I quit cutting to 76, it kind of fizzled that out. Like I get away from it because when I was cutting weight, I would need to load the water anyway for it to come off, and making 76 is no problem. But 72 is kind of like
And you got to dial it in.
now I got it. Well, I just got to watch now what I eat. I actually got to come down like 4 pounds or 5 pounds from what I normally walk at, and it's not just water. At 76, I can just cut water and make 76. I don't have to change anything that I'm doing.
man,
With 72, I got to all right, now I got to stop eating a little bit and do this, and I don't want to do it.
sucks. You guys all got to watch your weight.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
I don't
I could
anymore.
be 400 pounds.
I'm saying to make
I'm in the same
76, I
class.
would. Yeah.
You're gonna be LeVon.
Who knows? Who knows?
Well, now I pull master, so I have to pull 98 anyway.
It was
So
worlds.
makes-
Yeah, what's the difference?
Worlds ruined it for me. Weighing in twice, 2 days in a row.
Yeah, that sucks.
Like I could feel my kidneys. It was terrible.
That sucks.
I felt my kidneys. I was like, all right, I'm done. Never again.
Well, I water cut today, and I always feel it in my heart.
I had to compete
What
while
do you
water
wa-
cutting.
What do you walk at, though?
Like 215, 217, like
Yeah, but
215 usually.
low body fat, though. You still don't got no body fat.
I guess low body fat. And you're talking to someone that used to walk around at 180, 190, like shredded. So to me, I'm high body fat.
Right, but but I look at it like I got stupid high body. So when I'm cutting 8 pounds of water, that's like seriously nothing to me. I could do more than that. And then like maybe Tony does. I'm sitting here going, oh, you could cut that off. Maybe you can't. Can you not cut that much because my body fat's probably like 22% or something.
Mine's 10 to 15, I'd say. I don't
Oh,
know.
then you could easy. So
Yeah.
you don't have to diet. You just cut the water. I don't understand what the problem is.
I hate cutting
don't
the
drink
water.
the
Dude,
water.
it's tough.
That's a problem. If
Yeah.
you don't drink the water, you can't cut the water. So you hate water.
Water sucks, dude.
Yeah, water sucks.
So you'd have to
By
drink
the way,
the water, though, to make
JT's
the
on-
water cut work.
JT's on the water
Oh.
side. He's calling you guys crazy in the chat.
Oh, I bet.
He's a
Most
farmer.
people are on
He's
the
a
water
farmer.
side.
Yeah, he's a farmer. He's got to drink water or he'd die.
Yeah.
Puts
He
too
said,
much
Tony,
work in.
you're freaking crazy.
Yeah,
Truth.
I agree because but I'm on that. I get it. I can make it the whole time without drinking water. I think I need to drink more water, and then I just make another coffee
You're telling me
Right,
by the end of the day, if you haven't drank like
because that keeps me from eating.
barely
right?
anything,
Fun-
you
fun
still feel
fact
good.
for the podcast
no
listeners.
headache or anything.
Hang on, let's do
32
one at a time.
years, man. Okay, like it's probably been 28 years I don't drink water.
That's fucking awesome.
I will drink it if I'm
awesome.
if I sweat like a ton. I will.
Whoa.
That's what I crave, but rarely ever do I.
Did you
crave it.
accomplish your goal? And you pee a lot less though.
Yep.
So it worked.
I pee like 3 times a day.
Bam. Instead of
Oh my
8.
god damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
It's
like-
probably fucking orange. isn't
Dude,
it?
think about 32.
Brown for sure.
It is orange. 32 years though of not peeing as much. Think about how much more I've
Right.
accomplished.
He's like Will Smith. He's like Will Smith in that
How many-
movie where he doesn't hang up the phone. He just presses
Yeah.
presses it with his finger. 'cause
Dude,
it
he's
saves
got,
10
like-
seconds
412 extra hours of his
Yeah.
life. Just,
Yeah,
you know.
Hit-
I have-
If you're gonna save
I
time, you
have
should
like a
stop
full
eating food.
year on you guys of
of life.
products.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why he's giving Brent a run.
Dude,
You know?
I was a genius when I was 5.
That's fucking amazing.
Food is such like it's a way bigger time saver. I feel like consuming and when it goes out.
Yeah, so yeah, I only do
Shoulda-
that like
shoulda went
once a
food,
day,
yeah.
so we're good.
Yeah, we got to make up. If you guys are eating 8 times a day, you got to be shitting 4 times
Yeah,
a day or
fuck.
something. No. So
That is one thing I like about dieting is I go number 2 a lot less.
I can't diet. I just weigh what I weigh at armwrestling.
I don't like
anymore.
dieting for the record, but that's one of the pros.
So you're gonna. So basically, you did that whole cut, and then you're gonna pull 230 anyway. Is that what I'm?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, you starve yourself for a day and still gonna
he's
pull
like,
230s.
fuck it. My kidneys hurt.
My plan was to dodge Brent, and that way I could meet him in the overalls.
Well, you already did that. He's not gonna pull 210. Hell, he won't even make 210.
So I might still pull 210 and plan on meeting him in the overalls.
Yeah, he walks like 214, 215, I think. Yeah, something like that.
I don't
215.
My wrists don't feel ready for Brent anyway, but we'll see.
Yeah, man, I don't know. He feels. I thought he was gonna fucking smash Adam.
I didn't.
He felt so strong.
I was
100% thought he
hoping
would.
and I was
He was
rooting
ready
for
for that.
Brent because he's a Missouri
Not
or he's
only-
Illinois, but Midwest. I was rooting for him, but I had a feeling Adam was gonna just do what he did, suck him in.
Brent destroyed him the last 2 times. The only 2 times I saw him pull.
Yeah, but if you go
Fucking
back and
destroyed
watch
him.
that film, Brad Cook, it's on Brad Cook's YouTube. If you go back and watch that film, Brent destroyed him because the very first match of the day, Adam Warzinski went up against me and we had a war.
Yeah.
I know exactly what that match looked like.
Yeah,
After rounds 3 on
yeah.
of Chafee versus Gennady, exactly the same as the Brent match. Exactly the same.
Dude,
If
there
you
was
realize
nothing
that-
Brent could do.
Exactly the same.
Oh,
But
yeah.
from the get-go.
No, there was nothing. He was just too strong.
Yep, there was nothing Brent could do. I'm wondering if Brent's been training differently since then or what.
I mean, it hasn't
gym-
been that long.
more gym
Yeah,
training.
he was just strong.
I know. I just wondered if he's like thinking, what am I going to change to try to? I don't know.
Yeah, we didn't talk to him much about it.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yeah, he came to practice, and damn right I did. I've been
yeah,
waiting for it. Like,
yeah.
hey, what's going on? Was that dude like superhuman that day, or were you off, or what? And he was like, no, man, I
just
felt
real
good.
good.
Yeah, no, he said he felt good. He was dude was just crazy strong. He was like, there was nothing I could do.
It's that mitt, man. He's got a mitt.
Yeah, even the rules. There was that weird rule set that had played nothing to into the match at all. It didn't. None of that mattered.
No.
He said they're
Got chopped in.
yeah. Even when he had him, like he was in that good spot at the end and had him and like just couldn't finish. Like he said, the dude was fucking just strong. So
Well, props to
Yeah.
Brent for saying that, though. A lot of guys wouldn't even admit it.
No, he
They're like,
doesn't
I was
make
having a bad
excuses.
day.
Yeah.
no, man, he was. No, I talked to him earlier that morning too, and because I told him, I'm like, dude, everybody's saying that this dude is leveled up, so just don't underestimate this guy, because I know that he had gone into it. He wasn't that worried. He had smashed him twice, right? It wasn't that big a deal,
Yeah.
and I just kept telling him, like, just
I
don't
could've told him to
underestimate
worry
him,
about
right?
it. Yeah.
So, I mean, he was even going into it being told, don't underestimate the guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't taking him lightly. He just was confident, and felt good. I mean, everything was good. He wasn't even burnt out from Vegas. He did Vegas and then the other tournament, but He said that was not a factor at all. Like,
No.
so, no,
But
he was just stronger,
Warzynski
man.
deserves props, but you know what? One thing I loved watching Brent do was destroy Dallas Langston.
But I don't think Dallas was 100% there either, because when did
Two
they
pluses.
film Arm Wars? Was that before or after that match?
It was a while.
It was either
Yeah.
right after or right before. It wasn't a while anywhere. It couldn't have been that far away. It was either right after or right before. And I'm assuming right after.
It
But
was
who's
some-
to say he
it
was
sometime
like just...
before.
But
I'm not gonna
here's the
go
only
that
problem I have with that is if you're not 100%, don't go to a tournament.
I think the Vegas thing was pulling 2 classes.
Or, okay, not 100%.
I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say, who's ever 100%?
But I'm saying... if
That's
he
what
was-
it turns into. Then people are saying, well, they're ducking or they're not going. You know, I give...
Okay,
It's
yeah.
cool. Dallas did... Hey, Dallas never said that he wasn't 100%. That was me.
Yeah.
No,
Well, actually,
Dallas said that Brent was... Dallas never said anything. Let me say that. That was... I just... Looking back on it, right? Because I'm like, dude, Dallas... Brent smashed Dallas.
He
It
pulled-
wasn't
he pulled
that
2
long
classes.
after that, right?
Yeah.
That Adam smashes Brent. And there's not that big of a gap between, you know, like...
Yeah.
Then I was like, man, Dallas didn't look himself that day, right?
He looked good. It just they ran 230s before 210.
Yeah. I just don't think
Yeah.
he was all the way there that day. That's just all. That's me.
He had
Dallas
some
never.
wars.
Dallas said that, gave Brent props that
Yeah,
day and everything.
he did,
Like
yeah.
he's a good dude.
Yeah.
I don't take that wrong. I mean that.
No. I thought someone said Dallas. Maybe it was you. I saw someone said Dallas wasn't 100% at Vegas. And
I never
was-
typed that anywhere.
Someone said it, and I didn't like reading it because I was like,
Strange.
to me, Brent won.
Oh, maybe I did. I doubt it.
No, I don't think
Was
it
it
was
a
you.
live
I
chat,
don't think
maybe?
it was you.
I definitely see Brent winning that. He's not going
I
to get
think-
challenged with
I-
the hand against Dallas.
I don't have anything
Yeah.
against Dallas, but I think
Yeah.
Brent and Warzynski both should be ranked above Dallas, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
And are
Dallas is so strong side pressure, but he's a one-trick pony. Just that's all he's got is that strap and sideways. You know.
Brent is ranked above him because he got the win
Yeah.
on him.
But he wasn't before.
So was Adam. No, because he beat him. He
Dallas
beat him at
Brent.
Brewski's. Yeah, he beat him. He flashed him at
Yeah,
the very
I
beginning of the
was there,
tournament,
yep. I was in there. Yep.
and then Brent fouled out.
That was a huge 210 class. It had
They repulled, remember, afterwards, and,
and
Brent
Brent
beat
beat
him,
him.
but Dallas had already won the real match.
that 210 class had me, had Danny Gillian, Dallas Langston, Adam Warzynski, and Brent.
Because it was $500 for the winner, remember?
Yep.
It was a good class. And
And it-
Gillian was strong that day, too.
It
He's
was.
always strong, but he was super strong that day.
Yep.
I think I pulled Langston there.
Yeah, you had a real good match with Adam. I remember I reffed that match.
Yep. That's why to me, that's why he didn't give Brent a better pool.
Mm.
He was a little tired, and Brent was walking through people,
Yeah.
except for Dallas.
Yeah, he smashed Adam.
But I don't
real
know if
quick
he.
on that.
I think Brent might have took on Adam before he took on Dallas. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, Brent's hard to beat at Brewski's.
Yeah,
Home court.
I can
It
see
is.
that.
It's like I don't know. He's got a different swagger there, almost, doesn't he?
I gave Adam, by the way, a way better match in NAF at 3. Got that one on my phone. I had him that close to the
Yeah,
mat.
that was a good match.
I had him.
Damn. It's closer than Brent
But
did,
he had
man.
a super match that day,
Yep.
so it doesn't count. Like
was
in my
dominant, though.
head, I'm like that don't count.
It was dominant though.
Yeah, he.
It didn't look
Crushed
like he
the
lost
guy.
one. Yeah.
That's why I don't like them super matches anymore. Either.
That's what I was telling someone the other day.
Done
I
with that
said
shit.
I kind of wish super matches weren't ever on tournament days. Just
Separate.
super match days. And then
I even
tournament.
said if I do
Yeah.
do it, it's going to be the day before. But strongest badge was only going to be tournaments, dude. I'm not doing super matches. Or if I do, it would be like a promotion for the tournament. But the tournament day is just going to be efficiency. Or come in, run your bracket, and get the fuck out.
And the next one is
Yep, July 23, probably.
yeah.
I'll have a date as soon as the Cardinal schedule gets released, the baseball schedule. I got to work around
You
the
like
Cardinals.
that venue, huh?
I'm gonna no, I'm gonna actually do it at the hotel is the plan.
Really?
Did you stay at the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it actually at the hotel, like their little conference, or they
The
got
conference room, not the roof.
no. I'll still do the
Weigh-ins on the roof.
pre-weigh-ins, probably. That I might like. That would be where I do those couple matches if I did them. If I did them on Friday, but I just don't think I will. I want to bring back the tournament, man. I want to get the same guys.
What was the reason for not doing it this year? Just money?
Too many tournaments, man.
Yeah.
It's not a money thing. That venue wasn't charging me even. The venue wasn't. They told me to hold off. They were going through some kind of change, and they couldn't guarantee that date right away, so I wasn't locked in. So that put me off for a minute. That was the main problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started looking for a second venue, and then it got to where it was so close. Tennessee put on a tournament that had a bunch of my guys on it that would normally come to mind. And then I had people reaching out, but I still wasn't locked into a venue, and they were just popping in tournaments, and I'm like, I'll just get the venue for the next year because there's like 6 tournaments a week. They do them at Brewski's 4 or 5 times. Like, if it's not needed, I didn't want to take it. I put a lot of money into that. Last year was like $15,000 for Strongest Badge.
That's crazy. But it was amazing.
I appreciate that, but
It was my favorite tournament I've ever
I don't want to
done.
do that and then take a hit because there's so many tournaments around, and then pull like a Vegas where he's got all his money in, but then only gets 180, but he wanted 250 or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to expect 250, get 150, take a bigger hit than I normally do. Like, why, when I could just kind of focus that into the next one and then just lock that down sooner? Because if I get it locked down and start promoting it in like September, August, nobody's going to walk on that shit at that point.
No.
You know?
They
And if
might.
they do,
They
whatever.
might, but yeah.
What sucks about the arm wrestling community here lately is people getting mad about tournament stacking. But it's getting to the point where, like, me and Dylan were thinking about doing another Obies tournament, but not doing it at Obies because we didn't like the venue.
Mhm.
But, making a volume 2 somewhere else. And I was looking at weekends that would be good, and there's like not a weekend that would ever be good.
Yep, it's so tough.
They're all filled up anymore.
It took a while just to find a weekend that I wanted to stick with because I'm looking around. You got Oklahoma where they run nationals, right? You got Michigan State. You got to get it right. You can't schedule Michigan State. You can't schedule like Fallen Heroes. You got the Nat Fit now. That's usually in March, right? You got Arnold's around then. These are all relatively close to me.
Mm-hmm.
You can't schedule on that, right?
I
And
think
even like
nationals.
Mississippi State's down south, but it's still close into those guys come up. I can't hit Mississippi State. I can't hit, and these are at certain days, but where do I fall in? And I had 5 different months out of 5 strongest badges. I never had the same month. I tried.
Really?
Yeah, I tried
You've had
June,
June.
July, August, September, and October. And I mean, I don't know if it matters. It's
I
not
think
necessarily
July's
the
best
date.
one. Yeah.
July turned out to be like a lower year. That was Strongest Badge 3. It was a great tournament, but the entries were lower than I expected. And I figured it was because July, so I stayed away from it. But July ends up working out to be around everything else, right? Michigan State's like early June. Nationals is like August. I think
IFA's late June.
late June.
Yep.
It's like the only spot. After that, you start getting into more of them too. Unless I want to do November, I could do like a November probably. But
Even then, you're close to the new
It's
PAL
tough.
ones popping up.
yeah, so
Yeah.
July,
seems
July,
the
and
best.
then my plan is to just keep it at this point. Once I get this date locked in, I'll just keep the same thing. But I think I'm going to do just the hotel. It's expensive. Is the problem. It's normally I don't have to pay for shit, but it's a freaking hotel. But it's so nice in there, and it's just kind of fresh, right? It's not like the normal hotel. So,
No, it was really a nice hotel.
so I think it.
The breakfast was
really
almost
cool.
too nice for me. I'm like, just dumb it down a little bit. I don't know what this is called, but I just want eggs.
I mean, I could flip that around and go a different way too. I haven't locked anything in.
Yeah.
Like I said, I still got to talk to these slap fight people
Yeah.
Who?
because the slap fight people.
Oh.
I'm thinking about
Just
doing
the
like
opener.
no, the closer
Closer, yeah.
for the after pull.
Yeah.
Like have them do a whole event, like a slap fight event. It would be afterwards. Have you ever seen that shit?
I've heard and seen clips, but never in person, man.
But you'd watch it, wouldn't you, while you were pulling on a side table?
Probably. It might be one of those arm break moments. I'd be like,
Yeah, you got to turn away. That's fucking brutal.
You can watch a slap. You can watch a slap.
So if that happens, it's a matter of getting that cleared. I'm not sure the hotel's cool with that or not. We'll see. I mean, if they're taking arm wrestling, I'm not sure why they give a shit.
Is there a commission thing with that? I feel like any kind of fighting, you got to do a
Man, who
commission.
I'm talking to, I just love the people because they just look like they're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fucking slap fighting, right? But they got this whole production like it's so legit and fucking. I love it. I just love the whole thing.
When you book at that hotel,
I'm not sure if it works.
do they ask a lot of questions about your liability and insurance and stuff?
She did originally, but she was real cool about it, man. The lady I was talking to, the marketing chick, when I got in there. Obviously, Backstoppers helps get you in there, and they were just the hotel. But she had talked about doing it there anyway when I was working with the other. They were a backup. If patios would have fell through, I could have used them. But man, it's freaking. Normally they charge for the 2 rooms that I would need is like $15,000.
Do you
Just to
purchase
rent the
insurance
shit.
for a tournament?
Yeah, I do. I have since the last 2 years. I didn't before that, but that dude broke his arm in Strongest Badge 3.
Yep, I was there. Ian did it.
Yeah, luckily.
My teammate did that.
Yeah, where's he been? I haven't seen him pulling.
He's
lately.
actually been shown back up to practice. He pulled Sweet Tea in a super match, and he actually gave him a good run, and lost. And I think it took the fire out of him for a while because he wanted to win that match. He had beat Sweet Tea in a tournament before.
Yeah.
Is that at OB's?
Yes.
Yeah.
I coached
I
Sweet
remember
Tea
that.
so hard during that match.
Yeah.
Probably one of the only matches Sweet Tea's got a weight advantage in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that kid's only like 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And
Honestly, I don't think he would have won if he didn't make those adjustments, so I feel kind of bad.
yeah, he got real upset. I don't know if he got upset. He didn't show it, but he
It was a
quit
good
after
match,
that.
though, yeah.
And now he's back. But,
That's cool.
yeah.
He's,
You know, that's another
character.
interesting one in the 154 versus series.
Who?
Yeah, but who do we get for us?
Winner of Sweet Tea Matt.
Oh, yeah. If Matt gets it, but it's all got. If it's here, it's got to be Gateway.
That's
right?
true, yeah.
Think about running
Yeah,
matches out in the
Yeah.
garage, and then running them live.
That's what
Announcing it from right here.
I've been thinking the same thing in Lebanon, but it's hard to get people to come.
Yeah, I figure we
Decent
got
location,
money. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like we just if they got money, they want to come. We'll go live.
Yeah.
They put it on there, and they want to call out anybody from Gateway.
That's a
we
good
could
idea,
match up
man.
with
I've
anybody.
been thinking that same thing
Yeah.
for a while.
It's like there's no reason not to, you know?
Yeah,
I-
it's right
Why
there.
I do the Missouri rankings just because no one did, so I was like, I'll do it, and I thought about making Missouri ranking matches in my garage.
Right? Like why not? It's right
But
there.
People, it's hard to get people to do it. Like I've already tried a few times.
We
and
just
they-
need enough garages that it can happen,
Yeah.
and then as long as it's done somewhere, we're good to go.
Yeah.
Like, where are you at? Oh, you're closer to there? Well, hang on. Drew, hey, man, can you get these guys in
It's
Saturday?
true. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I just figured if I
That'd
could
be
find a
awesome.
way to get a camera out there and have it set up and just switch it on, we can rock and roll. We got a huge team, so it doesn't matter. Whoever's on your team, we probably got a match for them. You know, any weight, any, like, level. We got,
You got a lot.
yeah, we got little guys that are good and big guys that suck, so,
All right, Dylan Burns, match him up.
yeah. I mean,
Wait 2 years, Matt.
do I need to pull up the video? I mean, I got
Bill has a win.
I gotta
That's
win
true,
on Dylan.
yeah.
You got to win on who?
Dylan Burns.
Do you?
Hell yeah. Fucking putting it down. I got proof of it. Here, hold on. I don't mind showing this out. I don't know.
He's got
It's
it in the folder.
it's one of my best
The
moments.
folder's
The
name
best
is
moment.
Beating Dylan.
That's amazing.
I think it is. Pass my up. Just perfect. Perfect. I don't know where it's going to open at. Let's find out.
Billy's on Gateway, isn't he?
Yep. We'll be there tomorrow.
Where do you guys
Maybe
practice
we get
at?
him to pull up.
Right out here. In the garage.
In this garage?
Yeah.
Really? I always thought it was Brewski's you guys practice at.
Oh, right here.
Some of it. Yeah, some people do.
There's some Brewski's practices.
What year was this?
Oh, why did
This is
that
the
go
league
away?
practice.
Uh-oh. I lost it. Why is it not playing now? Let's try this again.
Dude, you
Just
can't lose
reload.
that video. Can't
Right.
lose that video.
Yep, I deleted it.
Corrupted
What
file.
happened? There it is. Alright, he thought he had me. No.
Oh, he's taking it back. All the
I
serves.
just got too much hand for Dylan. That's all it is. I just got too much hand for him.
No,
Oh, wait.
man.
I got too much arm for him, it seems. I don't know. Nope, it's hand.
Yeah, it's him.
And the fact that they didn't call the 7 elbows that I just had. But that's alright.
Did you have an elbow?
I think I saw at least 4. But we won't
Winner.
count those. It doesn't matter. All I saw was winner.
Perks of being friends
what I
with
said
Bill
too.
Humphrey.
Right. That was like Dylan's fucking second tournament or some shit.
Yeah, I remember I remember that now. That was probably like 2017.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. Or 18. Maybe 17, yeah. It's my proudest moment of arm wrestling, I think, right there.
Yeah, you gotta hang on to that one.
Yeah, I got it.
I'd probably
Oh.
put a copy of that somewhere.
I sent that into Arm Wars.
Neil's like, we gotta get this guy out of here.
Quady in the chat saying we look like a Chippendale convention.
That's
Hey.
fucking great.
We need, Dylan needs to send something into that Arm Wars.
Yeah.
Some kind of cut. He made a little TikTok video or something he needs to send.
Yeah.
Man,
I
we
can
gotta get
visualize
Austin.
it. I just don't think I could do it. I need all the video.
I think Dylan could get in there because
He needs to have
I
Brad
listen
do it.
to Neil Pickup's podcast like weekly.
Yeah,
Like
haven't missed
I
one.
listen to both of them. Like he
Yeah.
does a few,
That one would be cool.
and
I'm trying to get him in East West.
and he
Afterwards.
Neil all the time, not all the time now, but in at least 2 of his podcasts that in the last 2 years, 3 years, he's mentioned how amazing Wayne Burns was.
Mm-hmm.
Neil did. Which,
Yeah.
So he knows who Dylan is, and if he doesn't, he'll know who Dylan is by association.
Especially, yeah, like you said, he goes, works some Worlds guys over.
Yep.
Gets his names out that way. Because I honestly, even in the world level, he is going to do some damage.
That's
at
the way to get the
132,
East
man.
West. Yeah, 100%. That's how he gets the East versus West match.
When is Worlds?
November,
October, September.
something like
it's
that.
not November. It's October,
October then,
I
yeah.
think, or September.
Dylan,
Turkey.
Dylan's only issue is publicity's hard to get at that lightweight.
Yeah. But it's still world. You get a world title.
Yeah, we haven't
Right,
got a
Right,
light one.
but I don't
lightweight
think
in
an
a
East
while.
versus West match has been that light yet.
Yeah,
Not
it's
saying it
just a matter
can't
of
be.
finding one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just having anybody.
Because, yeah, there's no American competitors.
His
really.
level's so high at that weight, though. I mean, even at national, and I know WAF wasn't big right here, or USAF nationals, but there was the one guy. He was an old school guy. I mean, he was smashing everybody. Nobody gave him nothing, and Dylan just walked him.
Yeah.
Really? Who's that?
I can't remember
Well,
his
he
name.
he
but
went
he's
up
a-
weight classes and got
Yeah.
that. Went on Vaz.
Oh yeah, and beat Vaz. Yeah, but I mean, at his weight class,
Yeah.
that guy
Yeah, it
was beating everybody else. It was legit. Had been there for a while, and they had nothing.
Yeah,
for,
he had a decent,
Dylan
yeah.
is very serious right now because he's, what is it, October he's going to Turkey?
Yeah.
Um,
He said he's gonna pull. Is he coming tomorrow?
that's what I was going to say. He's pulling 190 tomorrow.
Yeah. I thought he was gonna pull
Huh.
all classes. So
I'll be interested to see if him and Billy match up.
maybe I'll get in the 90s anyway. Fuck it.
Why
Huh?
not, dude?
Right.
Why not? Have a few gin and tonics.
Fuck Masters. Maybe I'll just do that one. I'm not doing both because just cause
Yeah, get in that one.
get in there.
Yeah.
Dude, if you have a few
Dude, what do you?
cocktails,
Yeah, come on.
you're good to go.
If I get another one on Dylan, he'll never live that shit down.
You basically got to win on Hayden last time.
Did you say Hayden?
Yeah,
Oh, why? Because he elbowed.
that was basically a win. Yeah.
That dude's strong as fuck, dude. I had
Say it like
nothing
this:
with that.
nobody remembers it as a convincing win on his side.
That's true. That's true.
Who are we talking about?
I don't know what they're talking about because that dude smashed me.
No.
Matt, is that his name?
Boom, brought him right here.
You're thinking,
Or who was it? Tattoo guy.
yeah, Hodson.
Yeah,
Hodson,
David
that's
Hodson.
what it
Hodson,
was.
yeah, that was
Hodson,
close.
yeah. That's what.
Yeah,
his
David
name
Hodson. I almost got him in the overalls.
Really?
Yeah, I had him like that far
Yeah.
from the fucking pad, man. It was
Yeah.
close.
I had a super match with him a couple years ago.
Yeah, he was just blown up and shit.
Yep.
But I don't. Hey,
was. Oh,
that
nobody
was so
remembers
close.
that.
Yeah, I was really close.
Yeah, we need to see that.
I thought you meant
You-
Zach
you lit-
Hayden
you
from
lit
Illinois
up.
State.
You
Like
got
shit.
excited. What changed that tournament?
Alcohol.
Alcohol.
Yes.
So I saw you were hyper.
Well, yeah, it was
Almost.
probably that.
You're almost always slugging
his
Ibuprofen
own
and
day.
alcohol.
Ibuprofen.
He doesn't take ibuprofen at practice.
Well, yeah. So my
Yeah.
elbow was hurting real bad at the beginning of the day, and then even in the first match with Justin, I hit, but I kind of got caught, couldn't go. So I was just trying to like
Right.
cup in and go. So he couldn't pull out of it, but he kind of just pushed my elbow off the back, right? But I couldn't finish. So the way those brackets were set up, I guess there wasn't many. There was like 3 or 4 of us in there, right?
Yeah.
So it just goes off forever. So like I didn't pull again for I don't know how the fuck. I think I pulled left in the opens for
Yeah.
a couple because there was no masters, so I pulled the opens left. But I lost those 2, and then it was like a couple hours later. So by then I was drinking a little bit, whatever, and I think at some point I'm like, man, I don't even feel my elbow.
Right.
Like fucking, I'm going sideways because I was hitting Justin again. So I just got up there and I felt it, and I went sideways, and it felt good. And then I was, you get that win, and you get pumped, and then I was in arm wrestling mode. And then I did feel zoned in though. I was locked in when I got up there. And, my timing was real good. Like everything was on point, which should be fucked up from alcohol, right? You would think your timing would be fucked up, man. But I
You're
was
always
fucking
good on
zoned
that.
in.
You're always
you're-
good on that.
Yeah. Very good at timing.
Yeah, so I don't know. I almost had Hots. That would have been a huge win. I wouldn't have been talking
Yeah.
talking about Dylan no more. Dylan would have been done. Been
Yeah.
like, I got this win on Hodson. I don't care how beat up he was. But,
Hudson's a monster, man.
oh yeah,
dude's
that would
an
have been
animal.
fucking awesome.
That dude's
And
an
I turned him over before I got to the straps the first time. I think if Leonard wouldn't have let him get chalk, I bet I would have beat him because he wasn't even out of the strap yet, and I was coming in behind the next guy, and I grabbed his hand, and I was like already fucking with him, and he was like, "Can I get chalk?" I'm like, "You don't need chalk." And Leonard's like, "You can get chalk, man." And then he walked over there and got chalk and came back, and it gave him like another minute. I think if he would have been that tired because he had just had a pretty good match, and
This wasn't that long ago, was it?
no, it was like
a month ago.
the last one they had.
Yeah.
And
A
and a
month
half.
or 2, yeah.
Do they have more? Does Denise run more tournaments at Brewski's than any other venue?
Got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5 this year.
Does she ever set to
not
any of you
close.
why? Other
It's Russ. It's not
It's Russ,
Denise.
yeah.
They come
Russ.
in and do it, but Russ hires them in. So
really?
Russ, yeah, Brewski's. So why he does 4, I don't know. I mean,
I hope he continues to. I think it's awesome.
I don't see why he wouldn't. I mean, they probably got 10,000 more
Yeah,
medals to
make
give
enough.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
They had to buy
For sure.
too many of those. So,
That makes more sense now.
but I mean, maybe because
Dude, I think it's
We
because he likes
practice?
to compete, and he just went to his first tournament at any other. He had never
did.
been to a tournament
That's true.
outside of Brewski's until he went to Illinois State last year. That was his first
Wow.
non-Brewski's tournament, and he's been doing it for 20 years.
yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
Then he got
Just
smashed,
bring
didn't
the
he?
tournaments to you.
Probably.
yeah, maybe it's that. They also practice. Guys actually practice up there every week now.
Yeah.
Yep. So there's like a group. So we had practice here all the time, and now it's like there's 2 places we're practicing.
Yeah.
Gateway's up there
Some
too.
young-
Mm-hmm. And there's guys that go up there that don't come down here, and vice versa, and then guys that go both. So,
Yeah.
we got like 50 plus.
We have like 8, 10.
It's crazy, isn't it?
I would say we have 60 like moderate active, probably 40 like pretty active, and then we got how many Facebook? 160.
I don't even know, man. There's people in
Oh.
there that should have
Another
already made
guy.
the team.
Yeah.
Another guy on my team though that everyone's gonna know his name before long. Jeff Hutchinson.
Yep. He's good.
Mm-hmm.
What's he weighing?
Strong. He's 250.
Okay. Man. they're
Andrew,
all
are you
same.
guessing? I don't know if Greg Arnold Oh, you said Greg Arnold. I was thinking Greg Allen.
Yeah, I was too at first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I read it, but that's
He showed
cool.
up
So
last
Greg
week, Greg
Arnold,
Arnold.
yeah.
Greg
Which means
Arnold,
is
Lord.
if Bill's coming too, then I might as well get opens because
Bill's
him
coming
and the
tomorrow?
Masters. Well, if Greg's coming, I don't see why Bill wouldn't been there, right?
Oh yeah, he'll come.
Bill who?
Arnold.
Arnold.
Oh, okay.
I had some good matches with
Wait a
him
minute.
exactly a year ago. Yeah,
He'd
Bill
probably be
Lawson, I'm
210
like,
though.
No way.
he's 210.
He'd be 210, and he's good, man. He's real
Maybe I'll
good.
do 210. I'll just figure out who's in it tomorrow.
Does it- is
Greg
210?
Arnold's 190.
Yeah,
but
he's
Bill
not-
Arnold
Bill
would be 210.
100%. Yeah,
But I'm not.
I feel like I should know who that is. Bill Arnold.
I pulled him last year.
Yeah.
he's good. Yeah,
Yeah, he is good. He's old school.
vulnerable inside, but real strong hand.
Yeah, I couldn't fuck with him. He's fucking too much.
Andrew wants to see Billy versus Burns.
Well, he's going to if Burns is pulling 190.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to go down tomorrow. I think Dylan's wanting to compete at that. He's just trying to arm wrestle as much as he can before October.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think
That's
he wants
a
to
good
test
idea.
himself against
Yeah.
Billy just to see what he could do with Billy. Because Billy outweighs him, 30, 40 pounds?
Billy's about 200 right now.
But Billy's 190.
Yeah.
So Billy outweighs him
188.
50,
He's right at
60
190.
pounds?
Yeah, because Dylan's probably walking at 40, right?
Yeah.
So there you go,
Yeah.
50.
He wants
be-
to see what he can do with Billy.
It would be tough for sure. But
I mean, he should be worried about Bill Schumer, shouldn't he?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Right.
is Billy
Could be
Krupp
the
is-
revenge.
Has
That's
Billy
the real-
Krupp even got a fucking win on him? I don't think he does.
I don't think
but-
they've ever arm wrestled in a tournament.
No, Billy was here, 3 weeks ago or something?
Last
for
time I was
practice.
here, yeah.
God, he felt strong, man. So,
Does he not come
we'll
to every
see.
practice?
No, he hasn't been. He's been working like 84 hours a week and shit, so he doesn't get out much.
Does he train a lot at home?
yeah,
Yeah, he's got his
I got him on a
gym
workout.
set. Yeah.
I think he's good. I got him on my program now. I'm
No,
gonna
he's putting in
release
work.
the whole thing. Yeah, pretty soon. I already got all the filming done. Actually, me and Matt did it. So I'll
You
have
guys
different
think
versions.
Devin has a chance?
No.
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 Do you?
No.
Do I?
Yeah.
I think he does, but I don't know.
I'd like to see it. I mean, it'd be cool.
I think he
It'd
does.
be cool to see Levon hit and them struggle, and it's just like a war.
Yeah, it'd be awesome
just-
if it wasn't.
Ryan
Ryan
Bowen put
I
out a
just can't-
video
I
what
just can't
today
see
or
it.
yesterday. It's like I can't remember how long. It was a long video. It's like 18 minutes or something. But I agree with his assessment. I think. Did you guys watch? I'm sure everyone watched Berzink and Devin.
Mhm.
I think he's going to try to do the same thing to Levon. I think he's going to. If you watch that video, he breaks down what Devin's doing. Devin didn't even try to pronate or supinate or anything against John. If you watch it in slow-mo, he didn't even try. You can tell he didn't. He just let him go sideways, and then he, at the very last second, tries to rise and pronate and catch him right here, opened up, and kind of do a mini King's move, except his shoulders are way above the table. And then he just catches him and starts working his hand. So it's basically a King's move without being... the wall King's move was always like they were under the table, crazy stuff. I think that's what Devin's going to try to do. I think he's going to try to bleed Levon. I think he knows he can't outpower him. But Devin, in the last picture he had, man, he was looking big in the green
He's gonna
shirt.
Yeah, he
have to
does
be,
look
right?
big.
He's gonna
Yeah.
have to be. 'Cause
But is it going to
Levon's
be enough?
fucking
And that's the thing.
huge.
People want to compare it
He's
to
still 100
Dennis,
pounds
right?
lighter.
And he did not look that big against Dennis.
No.
Well, I think he's even said he's learned his lesson against that. Like not to come in just in good shape. He got to be ginormous.
Huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Well, that's what you think. But then after this one, does he go back like, well, what do we got to do now? Because that's what I think. I think like he's not going to be able to pull that whole. I think like if somehow I don't know. I would love to see it get into a war. I feel like Levon just powers through that
Yeah,
shit.
no chance unless it's like a 15-minute hand battle
Yeah, he
before
has
they
to
go.
stop him, and he can't.
And cheat before they
but
go.
Levon's
and
not going to
everything.
do that shit.
No.
No.
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
No, I don't think he
That's
will
why
either.
he said to agree to the straps, because he's like, I don't even need to fight this
Yeah,
shit. You want
it's
to go
fine.
straps? Just go to fucking
yeah.
straps.
My opinion, if the first 1, 2, or 2 matches don't look kind of resemble what he did to John, he doesn't have a chance. I think he's going to try to do that open top roll Kings move, and he's,
I think the thing is though that like Levon would smash fucking Brzezinski too. So
would,
like people
he
don't think
would.
that. I don't think they don't realize that like he's just gonna.
Dude, he
would
obliterated
smash him.
Chafee. He
obliterated Chafee.
That's crazy.
But what I do think
That's
though
so
is
nuts.
Devin
Play with
versus
him.
Brzezinski wasn't as close as we all think it was.
It was 4-2. It was
Well-
never going to be a loss, but it would have been 4-2 for sure.
I think
Under real
Brzezinski
rules.
could have won that match.
Real rules.
Yeah.
But I used to think that until today. When you watch that video in slow mo, Devin didn't even try to compete for center table. It's like he just let Brzezinski on the first match go there. If you watch it in slow mo, he doesn't even try to turn. He just and then he tries to catch and
I don't
do
think
that.
he could. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's
I don't
he
think he
couldn't.
could,
I don't
yeah.
think he. I think that was his plan the whole time. I
Well,
don't know.
Look at how much he struggles against Matt.
But that's been 3 or 4 years, man.
No, I mean like in practice even.
Yeah, but he's constantly tore down.
No, he's saying he's like fresh every practice now.
That's what
recently.
I mean. And these guys like
And Matt's not even like he can't touch Prudnick at all.
Oh, I get you.
And the thing about that
I
level-
think Devin.
and then those guys are getting
Did you see
smashed
what
by
Hutchings
Levon,
has
you
said
know?
about Devin lately?
Yeah.
He said Devin.
He still
since
thinks
their last match, Devin's 40% stronger. He said he couldn't budge him. That's Todd Hutchings.
Yeah, I totally get that, and that's what does surprise me. But I mean, is Todd Hutchings budging Levon?
There's no way.
not even a centimeter.
I mean, that like I get it. He's 40%.
See,
Is
see,
40%
yeah, that-
enough?
That's
though?
the thing. Everybody's always like, "Oh, so and so's this much
So much
stronger."
better,
It's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the other guy's stronger.
No,
You're
You're
Todd-
not pulling that guy. That is
Yeah.
the guy, right? Even
Todd-
in Europe,
yeah,
where all
Todd's
these
not even
badasses
touching
are,
Levon.
he's the king of those badasses. And our badasses barely touch any of these guys.
right.
And they're like, well, he's stronger than he can hang with these, so now he's going to smash this guy.
Yeah.
Like,
I st-
nobody's
yeah.
smashing this guy.
I still think Chafee's our best guy. And Chafee,
I
you saw
would
how that
put
looked.
Devin above Chafee as far as beating Levon. Who do I think's more powerful and stronger? Oh yeah, Chafee, 100%. But I don't think anyone can outpower Levon. If you're gonna beat him, you got to outsmart him.
Devin's the best guy to do it.
I agree.
He's got the frame, right? He's huge. He's bulked up to, what does he weigh in? Probably 280. Fucker looks like he's 300 pounds.
And it's promising that the guy that probably knows more about arm wrestling than anyone on the table, maybe besides Brzezinski, is holding Todd Hutchings, and Todd Hutchings says he couldn't budge him. He said he could move his hand just a little bit, but he couldn't get past it. And that's promising, because if you look at 2018, 2019, whenever they arm wrestled at WAL, definitely wasn't like that. It was Devin holding on for dear life under the table.
Different rules.
It was different rules, yeah. But they were practicing.
Yeah, it was also a 225, right? So
Yeah.
So you think that Devin's King's move's better than Michael's?
it's different.
It's different. I don't. Michael's here lately is not. I think Michael's King's move under wall rules is really good.
Yeah.
I think under lately, I think something happened to him. I don't know if Devin did it. I don't know, but Michael's not the same anymore. And maybe he'll get it back, but
I don't know. He looked like old Michael to me against Rivaz. Like he didn't win, but
Yeah.
he looked.
See,
like
I don't
the
know. I
same.
think he's just pulling better guys.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
He's pulling like top.
And also
tier, dude. They're all
WL
fucking
is
animals.
like
It's like Matt Hughes.
super
Same
King's
move.
move. Like
You were bad.
Well, like you just said,
Yeah.
Sports catching
WAL's
up.
built for the King's move.
Yeah,
the
it's
pad goes
perfect.
3 inches backwards. It's huge, and you can put your shoulders completely under the table, and nothing matters.
yeah.
Like, I think Michael would 100%
Just a-
disagree with me, but WAL favors a King's move better.
It's such a weird argument that it doesn't.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
it's not
Yes.
even an
Come on.
argument.
Yeah,
it's like,
insane.
come on.
But well, and yeah, 100%, yeah. But he's going to disagree with it because that's his move, and he says I can do it anywhere. Yeah,
He
you
can,
can.
You could do it.
Yeah,
but it's
he can.
It's
It's
not,
not
as
as
good.
Yeah.
That's
But
it.
Leverage is leverage, and when the pad is even and flush with the back of the table.
Yeah,
It's a
100%.
big deal.
Yeah. When he pulled Saplankov, that was legit rules on legit pads, and he pulled that shit.
Yeah.
He can do it.
Yeah.
Just yeah, like you said,
And he
it's
looked
not
he
as good.
looked the same to me against Ravaz. Like he
Yeah.
took some matches and lost. Same
I
thing as
think-
all his matches.
I think something's not working as good as it used to in his arm, though.
Yeah, it's good beat up, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
You can
know.
only do this shit so
yeah,
long.
it's got to take its toll. Fucking.
Yeah, it's your, like
He
he's just
definitely seems
catching all
like
the
he
time.
gasses easier. That's what. That's the only thing it
Something's
seems
not
like. to
firing
me.
like it used to. Like the Michael that could hold Saplinkov is not there anymore. I think he's 85% there, but that little
I don't know. Saplankov didn't have a flop though.
yeah, that's
Like
true.
I
he
honestly,
didn't.
I think he's
Dave,
exactly as good.
I guess Dave doesn't have a flop. Does
he
he
doesn't.
not?
No, that's why he can't beat him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that Ravaz guy wouldn't. He wouldn't even got one match if he didn't flop.
If you know how, I wish we just had a simulator to see how all this would go down. But I would like to see Michael and Dave in a King or East versus West setting. Those type of rules again to see. I think
Just to
Dave
see
would
it.
walk through him.
I don't know actually. I think
But if
Well,
he
we're gonna
stops
get
Dave,
Dave-
like,
Michael-
Michael
gotta get
Todd and
better.
Hutchings. We're gonna get that one soon.
yeah,
it's just such a bad match for Hutchings.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Like I don't see him getting one really.
Oh, I think he might get one.
Who?
Hutchings and Michael Todd.
Michael Todd and Todd Hutchings are going at it soon. I don't know when.
See,
Yeah, I
that
don't
should
know.
I just
be-
don't see
that
how.
should be Todd.
He doesn't have any.
Michael Todd.
He doesn't have a flop press at all.
Yeah, he doesn't press at all.
Yeah, so
He just goes straight sideways.
Well, and you need to
And
be
that's
able to press
impossible.
all the way
Like-
across the table too.
yeah, with
He's
the
not
kings,
long
it's
enough.
like that's perfect against that.
Mhm.
Nobody can go straight through.
Yeah.
I
it.
agree. I think
Yeah, Todd could get hurt in that Hutchings.
Eh,
they practiced together not too long ago, though. Like, when was that? Like a year ago.
yeah, yeah, that looked good.
Good for Todd.
Yeah,
he
it
pinned
did.
him twice
It
in
did.
practice.
It did.
But so did
But that was
Brzezinski
really
the other day.
Yeah.
Brzezinski pinned Michael Todd in practice at his house. But that's practice pulls.
See, I
Well,
think
but I think
Brzezinski has a
knows how
better
to beat him.
chance.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think he has a better chance for sure than
Yeah.
Hutchings does.
Yeah, Brzezinski's just too good everywhere.
He was the first. He was like one of the first dudes to beat him when he was really getting good.
I mean, that's the thing about him, though. Like, in every single spot, he's
Yeah.
good. He's probably better. And if he's not at the one, then he will be at the second one. And if he's not at that one, he will be at the third one.
So
yeah,
I arm wrestled for like 2 or 3 weeks in 2012 before I started bodybuilding with Chase Stratton. And I used to live in Springfield. And I thought I might want to get into it, but I was also trying to get into bodybuilding at the same time. So I went and practiced with Chase Stratton. And he destroyed me, but he'd been an arm wrestler for a long time,
Mhm.
destroying me. And he's like, "I want you to come to my wedding." And we worked together. I got him hired as a bouncer at a club, so me and him were bouncers. And it's like, "All right, I'll go to your wedding." This is 2012. I go to his wedding, and guess who his best man was?
Brzezinski.
Michael Todd.
Oh,
That's
I
fucking
met
amazing.
Michael Todd in 2012. And at
You're going to
the
Chase Stratton's wedding, and you don't start arm wrestling until 2019
yep,
Huh.
and
with Wayne Burns.
yeah, what the fuck, small world. And then at the after, what do you call that? Reception of the wedding, we all arm wrestled. He had tables set up.
That's quite the wedding there.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Chase isn't really active much anymore. He does powerlifting, and then he tries to get back into arm wrestling, and then he's got so many kids that he has to constantly dip out.
You failed to mention that you were pulling with Chase Stratton prior to winning these hometown tournaments.
That's true. You
It
did.
was like 2 weeks, man. It was very short-lived. Very
He was
short-lived.
trying to act like you just walked into these tournaments. I just pulled and won.
No, like, picture this. I'm trying to get into bodybuilding, and I'm like thinking I can arm wrestle and bodybuild at the same time. So I'm getting into bodybuilding. I'm getting out of powerlifting, and I'm like, I'll start arm wrestling and bodybuilding. And I go to Chase Stratton's practice, and I'm trying to bodybuild,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can't move my arm.
Yeah, that makes bodybuilding
Yeah.
tough. You
Yeah.
can't
So
move
I
your
quit
arms.
arm wrestling 2 weeks after starting with Chase, and I never came back.
Like that Nick Cass. Remember
Yeah.
him?
Is he a strong Missouri guy?
He He was a new guy, came in, got hurt a little bit, but he did bodybuilding right after that. He could just quit pulling.
Yeah, so what were the powerlifting numbers?
So when I was 24, which is when I stopped it, or 23, I think I stopped at 23. My deadlift was 606. I did everything raw. My squat was 600, and my bench was like 400, I think 395 or something.
Nice.
And at 23, my bench is higher now, but everything else is a lot
still
lower.
bench?
Yeah, I still bench heavy.
Oh fuck.
No, I don't often.
You just give it up?
I started again like 2 months ago. I couldn't do it. I mean, I had to like 2 board press because like the bottom just hurt my elbows so bad. But I'm able to do it now.
Yeah, I think everyone pulls different is why that is.
Have you tried a football bar?
Yeah, it's worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the neutral grip's worse.
Do you do?
I reverse grip bench.
Do you do what do you call it? Gosh dang.
I have that in my program.
The Todd Hutchings press, basically.
JM press.
Do you do those?
Yeah.
They help.
Yeah.
Yeah, they help. But lately for the last 1 or 2 years, every week I just bench press 225 for reps. I don't try to go too heavy anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't even do it. I have to, if I want to go heavier, I have to reverse grip for sure.
I don't. I've never reverse gripped. I know a lot of people that have.
Yeah.
How many reps?
30, 35.
God damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of reps.
I want to say it was 2. Those Kent Cox just did that shit, but he was at 20, 26.
And
I
he's
usually
fucking
do
huge.
I usually do 3 sets of 30 on 225. But I will tell you, I don't go full range. I go to my chest, and then I go about this high. I come back down.
Yeah, that's still a shitload of reps.
I don't go all the way up and activate my triceps.
I've done
I just
16 like
work
that.
out my chest, basically.
I was like 180. I haven't done flat bench in a while.
Most I ever benched was like 415, 420.
Yeah.
David Hodson's getting like 500.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Dang.
No, he really
absurd,
is.
dude.
I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've seen him do the dumbbell press with the bands. It's fucking absurd.
That's the craziest thing I've seen.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Yep.
All right. What else we got?
We want to do more arm wrestling life. What are we doing? Training.
Got quiet real quick.
Don't.
Andrew saying Chafee smashes Hutchings and Levon smashed Chafee. And then he's saying, Michael's just, he's lighter and the pads and riffing.
Yeah.
That's what makes the difference.
You got Chafee ahead of Todd on your overall list?
Michael Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never filled one up.
What?
You're not part of the club.
You didn't fill it
I
out,
did. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
you
like-
did.
yeah.
You got you got
I was
Todd.
like one
you
of the
got
first
Chafee
ones, yeah.
first.
Who's the Mount Rushmore?
I need to
Brzezinski.
redo my overall for the
Yeah, let me
history.
get it.
I need to redo it
What
because
is it? What is it currently?
I didn't understand what you were wanting. I thought I did, kind of, but I was like, I didn't know if people really wanted me to bring 90s and 80s guys into it. But since I saw it, I'm like, okay, then I need to change mine.
Did you?
because-
Yeah, you could update it in time.
Did you
Yeah.
change it into top 10, or does everybody submit top 4 and then it
Just
just
top 4. I
and it
just
loads
had that
in?
many
Gotcha.
people, so I just like
Yeah.
I figured it would help people
Because I would have.
give more ideas.
It was
than just
tough
showing
for me
4.
to. It was tough for me to cut it off. I was like, "There's a couple more."
Yeah,
wanna
no,
put
I
on.
only
Oh
give
yeah, it's
people
hard
4.
to pick 4. It's hard.
It
to
I
is.
pick
thought
4.
about doing 5 or 6 or 7. I'm like, no, that's the thing.
The
Pick
first
4.
2 were easy for me.
I think
did-
Brzezinski and Bath deserve
Yeah,
to
that's
be
easy.
on there.
That's easy.
Yeah, I didn't put
I
that.
do. You
I
didn't put Bath?
I put Brzezinski, Patton,
Patton.
Cleve Dean, and then Johnny Walker.
The only reason I would pick Bath over Patton is Bath's still doing it.
Yeah, no,
It's
he's
crazy.
definitely up
Still
there.
at it.
Yeah,
And if Brzezinski wouldn't have been around, he was the man.
Dude.
I just really like the absolute dominance.
Dude, how do you not have Lupke's in there?
Yeah, he's right there.
That's he was in my top 4.
But if you compare him to the rest, the years, it's not there.
But like, he was taking the best in the world to the pad at warp speed, like they were air. Like he was so far ahead of like
He was so
number
strong.
2, 3, 4, 5.
As far
He
as
was
strength,
so-
he's got to be the strongest.
and he
arm
never
wrestler.
lost a sit down match ever in his life.
Yeah, it definitely depends how you want to categorize it. Cause
Yeah, for
I
sure.
went,
That's
I
why
went-
it's fun to talk about.
I didn't go like peak.
Yeah,
I did dominance.
And we're doing
how many
only
years?
U.S., so you can't put what's his name in there from Canada.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Gary.
US.
Yeah, you can't put Gary in there.
Gary, yeah.
I think I would like Lupke's, Cleve Dean, Ron Bath, and John Brzenk.
I probably would have went after Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker's beast too, but you can't put him on there.
There's so many dudes you
I
can
would
put
put
on there, but it's like
Brzenk
you just
over
pick four.
Walker.
Yeah, no, I did. Okay, I would probably do Brzenk, Padding, Cleve Dean, Walker, Lupke's,
Hey,
Bath.
no, you're over 4.
Yeah,
Only 4, man.
that's where Lupke's and Bath would come in, probably right there, and then probably Virgil Arciero.
Yeah, but you can't because you can only do 4. So the only reason those people are
Yeah, I
on
know.
there is
I
because
know.
they were a
Yeah.
top 4 somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's how I chose mine. I did who was on top for how many years.
I expected it to get a little more attention, more people come in. Everybody seemed to be putting those lists out. So I figured with a bunch of
you gotta
lists,
put
it'll
in the
average
Angans.
out.
You gotta put in Angans.
But
for
I tell
sure.
you what, it's not as crazy. Like most people aren't as far off from each other as you think. You know, like
Yeah.
Did you put one?
yeah, I was the first one in.
I think right looks really good. Left was a little weird looking to me, but
There was an
more or less
overall
there.
history left.
no. There's
Not history.
just a current-
Historical
just
is
a current.
total. The
Yeah.
current.
I say
was
I
left
wouldn't
and
even
right.
have any clue on the overall
you
history
should pop
left.
that up so people can see it. So anybody watching that doesn't know, Bill's gonna give you the rundown.
Just do an overall list for top 10, and it's chosen by.
I got to redo that one too. I was at work and I was like, that's all I can think of.
Pull this here and this here so I can see it. It's chosen by you guys.
The people.
Yeah. So it is what it is. See if I can pull it up.
Does the picture auto populate, or do you have to?
No,
redo
I
it?
had to change it. That's
Okay.
why it's still out of order. I'm like, well, I changed the
Yeah.
order, but I'm not going to change the
Yeah.
picture.
Dave Patton on there.
So yeah, I just figured it was just that, so it was those 4. So since I had that many people, I figured I would rank, and I have a point system, so I figured I'd just throw them up there. Is that really the order it should be? If I gave everybody a chance to rank 10, it probably wouldn't be that order anymore.
No.
But
No,
that
it
changes
would
everything.
change.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is like
Yeah, you got to pick 4.
This is 4. This
Yeah,
is
4.
your Mount
You only get
Rushmore,
4.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody's Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is what it is, right? Based on the average of what everybody else picked.
Yeah.
But
I like the idea for sure.
it's there.
I think I can see putting Dave Patton instead of Luke Kiss only because
Man, Patton
Dave Patton was such a. He was more of an arm wrestler than Lucas was. Lucas
Right, he was
more
just strong, right?
He's just strong. Like
I-
he's still.
I don't- yeah.
Either one of them deserved to be on
There's
there.
no way you can't have Patton on there.
Either
That's-
one of them.
There's
I
a
could
way.
put-
that's
There's
like
a way I
the
didn't
guy.
have him. There's a way
Wow.
I didn't put him on.
No, I get both sides. Like
Dude, he was
On a power
like
standpoint, just-
absolute best for I think it was 11 years straight.
And he was only like 160 pounds.
Yeah. Like 11 years straight.
wonder if
Yeah, I
old
mean,
Wayne ever
fuck,
arm
they're all
wrestled
good.
Dave Patton.
I know.
They're all incredible.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't see
Dude,
why not.
Lupke's was taking people to the
I know.
side.
I know.
It
Lupke's
warp
was right
speed.
there. It was
Warp
tough.
speed.
Did
It was
Dave
tough for
Patton
me.
do over the top tournament? I
Over
don't-
top late 70s?
I don't think he did. I know Lupke's did. I
Check
think he
the
got like
Armwrestling
second or something.
archives. What tells
Or
us
Lupke's
everything.
might have won. It just wasn't the right weight class.
Right.
No.
Was it
What's his
86?
name? Won that? Who's that
Lupke's
wrestler?
was in there.
The wrestler won.
Norton. Scott Norton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Scott Norton won.
Lupke's took 3rd in the truckers division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who were we looking? Patton won the lightweight division of the over the top.
Yeah, there you go.
Alan Fisher won the middleweights. Johnny Walker won light heavyweights. Travis Baldwin won heavyweight. Scott Norton won supers.
I would pay a pretty penny to go compete in that tournament just to see what happens.
Yeah, for
Right?
sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
I would pay.
It's held on my 7th birthday.
It was, huh?
Yep.
I would just love to
What was
see
the
like
year?
current
What's the
Drew
year?
Bishop.
86.
86.
Would I get 3rd? Would I get 4th, 5th, 6th?
What would you been? Middleweight was probably, it would have been light heavyweight at 200 maybe around there. So You would have been like Johnny Walker.
I think Johnny
Sorza.
Walker would have ate my lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad matchup.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
Just a hand this big.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Good old arm wrestling
Man,
archives.
what was your top
coming
four?
Brezink, Bath, Hutchings, Lupkes.
Hutchings. Okay, that's interesting.
He's been doing it forever.
So what do you think? Did these things turn out like there's only 12 lists in, but they seem pretty even. Like when the new lists come in, it doesn't really affect it that much. So the overalls can't be all that far off. At
You
least
gotta
for the
fit-
top five.
Everybody has Brezink number one.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%,
in the-
right?
in
Like
the world.
nobody has not
Yeah.
yet. So
You can make it world. You can make it whatever you
Yeah,
want.
Brezink's
the
always
way
gonna
the
be number
rating's
one.
set up, he's a 100.
And it's probably impossible to ever pass it. Probably.
Yeah.
What makes Brezink so good?
He's good everywhere.
Yeah, there's no spot where he can
Yeah.
go.
Way
I
anywhere.
agree.
too-
100% agree. But there's other arm wrestlers that are probably good everywhere. So what makes him even better?
He's better everywhere
Yeah.
than they are.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. If you had like the Madden list of like all the attributes, he's at like 95 plus on all everywhere.
Yeah,
every
before his
spot.
shoulder got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he's the maxed out
Yeah.
character. You
He
know?
can flop wrist. He can top roll. He can
and he's
hook,
so
yeah.
good at knowing when to do what and
Well,
what
And
where.
he goes
right?
one to the other like it's nothing.
Yeah, his counters
He goes
are so
one
good. He
to the
knows
other.
when to counter, not what to do. He's
I think
his table IQ is better
the
than everybody's
most
too.
special thing I've never seen from anybody else is the ability to roll out of a hook.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I've been
Does he have
trying to learn
pistons
it.
in his arm? Like
How do you do that?
nobody.
When I'm stuck,
You've never seen anybody
No.
without a big power grab. Like he's almost better.
Like that can
turning-
opener type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you just
He's in a hook, but he keeps his pronation and then he rolls through
Yeah.
that. Nobody ever.
Warzinski can do that to me though.
Yes.
yeah.
I
yeah,
felt
like
it.
I can do that to kids.
Exactly. Power differential.
I felt
thing, yeah.
Warzinski.
But yeah,
do
he
that
does
to me.
it to world class
Right.
dudes.
Dudes where it's actually his better move to do it.
Yeah.
That's the
it
thing
is.
that doesn't make sense. Because like you could do it. It's probably more effective to just like go through them
Yeah.
or start with the top roll. But that's like actually effective when he's doing it, which is like it's
One of a kind for sure.
And then just 40 years, going on
Fuck.
50
Yeah.
years, pretty
50
soon.
years.
Unbelievable amount of time of arm wrestling.
It's still, if you look at the current top 10, based on those lists and the people putting them in, Brzezink's still fourth.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
had
that's
him in
wild.
there.
That's wild.
I had him fourth. Yeah.
He's fucking 60.
60 years old. He's still currently fourth overall in the freaking country.
I'm telling you, him, Bath, and Hutchings are all like that.
Yeah,
Like,
that right hand-
And they got Hutchings ahead of him, and honestly, I think Brzink beats Hutchings if they match this year.
I mean, that's the match we want
I
to
have
see. isn't
I
it?
have Hutchings beating Brzezinski.
I think.
I-
I think Corey West beats Brzezinski honestly right now.
Man,
We're going to find out, right?
it-
Is that coming up?
I think so. I think Corey's too much for him.
I think if Hutchings and Corey pull again, Corey wins. But I think Brzink might still have the possibility of winning that.
Yeah, but you never can count Brzezinski out.
Never.
Never.
No, because he knows what to do, but Corey's probably going to be too much this time.
He's huge. I mean, how much does that dude weigh?
400.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's fucking huge.
He's getting stronger by the day.
Dude, he's fucking impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's. I mean, his form is so big that the distance to the pad is like a couple centimeters.
But
You see him beat people, and it's like barely any movement.
I think he's got lanes that Brzink can find.
Definitely.
And that's where
100%.
it gets interesting.
I wanted
just
Chance
wondering if
Shaw
it's
or
enough.
Derek Smith to take on Corey West. Never would happen. They were like, we're not interested in that. We're
They all
interested.
avoid
Yeah,
it.
it's good.
They avoided him, man. Like, let's just
Of
get
course.
down to it. Like,
They're all the young guys, man. So,
they were just shooting for the top. I get it.
no, you want to take out all the big names that are,
Yeah.
established.
Corey
But-
wasn't going to help their ranking at the time.
Yeah,
No, it ain't gonna help.
the only thing I understood was when Derek did beat Tim and Corey lost to Hutchings, and then he like really was trying to get that match real bad. It's like I understand why you wouldn't take it then. If you're trying to protect your brand, but
So you got to not sleep on is fucking Corey Bresnan.
yep.
Watch
Yeah.
out for that
I've
motherfucker.
heard
too.
about
He
him.
was awesome in Vegas.
Dude, he's a stud. He was in
awesome.
Kentucky a couple years ago too. Like he's a fucking stud. And he was right there with Derek Smith.
Cody Merritt got a chance against old Morozov?
That'd be a Brazad question.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know much about these Europeans.
Yeah, he has a chance.
Yeah, it's so hard to know.
It's Cody Merritt,
Yeah,
left-handed.
Yeah.
He's got a chance against anybody, dude.
Is Cody Merritt what?
It just, yeah, it's hard
Left-handed?
Yeah.
The match? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got a chance against anybody.
Well, the thing is, Morozov's juiced up, so he's too good for WAF anyway. So it's hard for me to take the WAF win and like equate that at all. So there's no way we could actually know where they're at.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I would.
The dude looks too
yeah.
big, dude. I don't know. I'm just going by the fucking way he looks. Like he's a
Morozov's
fucking
like
freak.
He's
Terminator.
taller. Yeah, he's taller.
Yeah, but I mean, Cody doesn't look as good as he is.
Yeah.
Cody's just got an insane top roll, doesn't he?
I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's when you watch him pull
Yeah,
left, like he's pulling against these guys that are studs, and he's so like you just look at him, just boom,
Yeah.
boom, like goddamn.
I'm excited to see what Ingen's doing is amazing.
He's another one, Cody Merritt, straight across the board. That's 12 through 12 lists. Not a single person doesn't say he's the
No
number one
question.
left.
Yeah. The only way he
He's the
bumps
number
off
one
is
left-hand.
inactivity.
Well, no, or Corey
Yeah.
West beats him. Aren't they gonna make that match soon? Corey
That's
If
and
true.
Cody?
anyone can beat Cody left-handed,
It's
it's
Corey.
Corey.
Well, I mean
But
that
didn't-
match is coming. I
But
think.
didn't Corey blow his bicep left-handed to Dave Chafee?
Yeah, he did.
It's good though.
And
He just whooped SP.
Corey's above Dave Chafee right now. But didn't he have a big win left-handed here recently?
Yeah,
Like
SP.
3
Yeah,
weeks.
but
SP.
again,
Yeah.
this isn't the rankings from the guys that rank. This
I
is
know.
the this is the people.
What is the rankings super heavyweight right now, left-handed? Because
Corey's still probably ahead because he got that win on SP. I'd imagine.
Left-handed, you said?
yeah,
It's Cody Merritt, Corey West,
Yeah.
Chafee.
so yeah, it's the same.
So yeah.
It's because Corey.
Oh,
had that
because he
big
beat
day.
Krasimir or what?
Krasimir. Was that
Destroyed
left or
him.
right?
That was right.
Oh, was
It was
it?
left.
It was left.
It was
it?
left, yeah. Grassy's better left.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
hold
he
on.
pulled somebody else
who-
right.
yeah,
handed.
he
Doug
pulled
Allen.
somebody.
I think it was right.
Yeah.
It was right. It was
It
right.
was right.
It
Who did
right.
he pull left? Doug Allen.
No,
No, he
No.
pulled. Did he pull
one
anybody?
Doug. Maybe
Sure.
it was.
I think it was Doug Allen.
No. Krassy pulled Doug left.
That's what I just said.
Oh, I
You
thought you were
guys
talking
all
about
said
Corey.
no.
Yeah, you're right.
I thought you were talking about Corey.
Did he beat Doug Allen left?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then
Did Corey pull anybody left there? He did.
So why he's there? I don't know. I'd have to ask them.
yeah, Corey
was
pulled
that?
someone left. What is it, Krasy? No,
Topi?
Topi. He pulled someone
Was it
left.
Topi?
No,
Oh, it
that
was
was
supposed to be
Michael
a round
Todd.
robin,
Michael Todd
remember?
beat Topi.
It was supposed to be a round
No,
robin,
that same.
and
yeah.
someone didn't show up because there was a lot of drama. It was Topi that didn't show up.
Oh well, that was this recent tournament. I was thinking about the Krassy.
Well,
one.
who at that tournament that he pulled Krasimir righty? Who'd he pull left? He
That's what I'm
pulled
trying to
somebody
figure out. It was
left.
That's what
Topi,
we're trying
right?
to figure out.
No, it was somebody east.
No. Oh, was it?
Was it Ryan Espy?
No, that was the most recent tournament.
It was fucking Espy.
No, we're thinking about two different ones. I'm
Yeah,
thinking
but
about
That's
that-
two different
the
tournaments.
one with
I think.
Krassy.
No, but that's
Who
what
did he
probably
pull?
moved him up past Chafee was the win over Espy.
Oh yeah, we said that.
Yeah, and then before that, Corey pulled someone. That tournament
that's what we're trying to
Krasy
figure
was
out.
at. He pulled someone left. It was a big name. It was supposed to be a three-way round robin. There was a ton of drama, and Robbie Topi got pissed, and I think he.
Well,
like,
I
didn't
think that was a
come.
different situation. That was the one with SP. It was right hand.
No, it was a left-handed three-way.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. He must have been in a lot of those.
Somebody
Does
in
he
the
ju-
chat's got
Yeah, they're not helping us out. What's
Somebody in
going
the chat's
Yeah.
got to
Well,
know
let me check
this.
this
Yeah,
Where's
someone in the
Andrew?
chat that knows more than we do.
What the fuck, Andrew? Let's
Where's
go.
Quaid?
Oh,
Damn.
he's got Morzov 100% against Cody.
There we go.
Oh, he thinks Morzov's going to steamroll Cody, huh?
I don't hate it. Yeah, it's impossible really to know.
100%.
Morzov's
That's tough
left
to
is
say
tough,
against
man.
Cody, man.
Oh, he likes my rankings for Johnny Walker. He hates him being too low.
Yeah, well, he can't bitch because he didn't turn one in.
Jesus, Andrew, what the fuck, man?
And
no, I think he did.
Did you guys
Maybe
see
he did.
he's
I don't
on the world rankings now?
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I did.
Who is?
big name, Andrew.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Didn't you?
No, Andrew did turn one in because he was before you.
Was he?
Yeah, because you ended up showing up, but we were bitching back and forth.
Pradeep was looking at the rankings, and he went on the he was reading out all their names. And, everybody else's name is like European and stuff, and so he pronounced Quades like Quade, and then he's like, to me all these names look European. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't watch that guy's shit.
Did anyone help us out in the chat about who in the heck Corey arm wrestled that day?
We can figure it out.
Come on, Quady should know. He's on the world
Yeah,
rankings.
he's the fucking world rankings guy. God damn,
Yeah,
Andrew.
Come on, dude. Step up.
Probably
your game,
taking a
homie.
nap.
Brad filmed that, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Make Quady a fucking mod here. See if he likes that shit.
That's the real accolade there is being a moderator for that, right?
Espy, he says.
No. SB was at the Texas tournament, wasn't it? With Travis there? I don't remember. There's been a
Yeah.
lot of tournaments here lately.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a ton,
I
so
don't
it's hard
think
to keep
that
track.
it was the East-West.
Maybe
I mean,
he
I don't know why I
didn't-
can't
maybe he
just
didn't
look
have
it
a
up.
match.
Shit. I mean,
Who was the three-way round robin
Carl Stanley. It was 1-on-1.
that day?
Yeah.
It was him and Carl Stanley.
You're thinking about the right hand that just happened. It was with Mike, Mega Mike,
Corey.
Topi, yeah, Corey, and somebody else.
Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking about that.
Yeah.
locked.
Yeah, it was Carl Stanley.
That's who he beat?
Yeah.
That's weird. I would never thought that.
That's a
I wonder
good one,
if This
though.
is going to come back. or
I
not.
think Stanley was in my rankings.
Yeah,
No, he wasn't. Like,
if he's not, he's real close.
yeah, he's close. I picked Pablo over him for the last place.
It gets tough down there.
It
for
does.
sure.
I had Pablo in my right and left, last place,
You have what?
because it got interesting.
It's tough because there's some guys I think that would give him
Close, yeah.
trouble, man. On the super heavyweight side, that he doesn't get to.
You know, when I saw people put Chance Shaw, I'd probably put Chance over Pablo. So
That's
I probably,
okay.
You know,
over
Chance is a
I probably,
tough match for
I
him.
probably would
too.
have edited it. Yeah,
You'd put Chance over who?
Pablo,
Ooh.
right hand.
I think Chance would win.
Yeah.
As much as I love Pablo.
So should I edit this? Should probably edit it, right?
Chance would win that
You
match.
should always edit if you think it needs to be better, right? That's
Yeah, if you got the
if
right
everybody
answer.
does that on their list, if there was like 100 people or 200 people that were serious like that, was like, oh, you're right, they were talking and they changed it, that list would be accurate
See,
as fuck.
my problem is my opinion versus like who deserves what, because like
But your opinion is one of many, and if everybody
Yeah, that's the thing.
believes it's correct, it will turn out correct.
I know
it's
I
the
just don't know
meta.
which one I should trust.
Chance
put-
needs to get a win, though.
Because like okay, Wayne Withers against Chance,
Chance.
I have Wayne at 9. So
See, that's a tough one because Chance.
do I bump them both?
Wayne's arm's so big that Chance doesn't have that same advantage. I think that
And
he has
definitely-
over a lot of guys.
accolades wise, it's like I can't put Chance ahead of him.
But I think
No.
Chance is going to be too fat. His hit's going to be too
I
much
think so.
for Wayne to
I think
overcome.
so too. But can I say that? I don't know.
I confidently think Chance beats Wayne. But
So yeah, then I would think you'd have to at least
Bump 'em
pick him
both?
over him. I don't know. Like if you got Wayne over him, you can't do that. If you think he's going to beat him. I mean, because that's the overall, man. You got to think who's going to win that match. I would think, right? Like,
on the
And I don't
On
think it's
Chance's-
super one sided either. So I don't know.
Chance's North American rankings, is he ranked over Wayne though?
those are his rankings.
I know. I'm just wondering.
Oh,
That's
I don't
hard.
know.
Yeah, I don't know which one to put.
I just
I don't
wanted
look
to
at
know.
those actually. So
I've looked at him a few times. I bet Chance is ranked over Wayne on his rankings. Not saying that he's cheating himself, but just saying I bet that's what they got. He does his weird.
I think I
If
have
you
to put
just
Wayne
get a
for now.
win on a guy, you take that spot.
yeah, that linear shit's tough, man. Because
I just don't like
there's a
it.
lot more to it than that. The super match thing, or where were they at, or what
Yeah.
happened.
You know what though? I don't. Other than tournaments, like super matches, I understand they just shouldn't be happening. That's the thing. Like if it's so bad to take their place, that match shouldn't have happened. Like we just don't have any league that's, keeping an order of things.
Mhm.
That's why it's so messy. You don't really want to do the replacement thing. But that's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like UFC, that's how it is. You won't ever see a top rank versus 14th, but it happens in arm wrestling. That's why it's so hard to rank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because they're at that elite level. We're not there yet, and I get it.
Yeah.
The top 8 way they do it, or there's a certain at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe you get to the top 5, or there was a spot where it's like, yeah, no, those are the elite guys. You know, the ERPA was trying to do it where you had elite and the regular. And yeah, at that point, now maybe you don't have to do tournaments no more. You get to do super matches because.
Yeah, you just blow
You're the
through
fucking
everybody
man.
in the tournament.
But you'd have to be an organization that you got to by
Yeah.
getting there that was paying you to do that. There was a reason to be like, why I need to keep doing these tournaments.
Yeah.
I mean, if you win 5 tournaments they got to be the legit, you have to win enough that you're like, oh, yeah, you qualify now and you get selected like a draft. And you get drafted into like WAL, but not WWE style.
Yeah.
Like a
Legit.
legit one. Like what East West seemed like they were doing until it seems like they're going the other way real quick.
Speaking of East West, I'm gonna send you the number 4 finalized card.
What Ingen's doing is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some big shows, right? He's trying to do, like, it's all right if he keeps up doing it right and not going to circus act.
Like Coach Ray versus Rapoin.
Like, yeah,
Yeah,
just shit that's
exactly
turning into what, like, Chance is pulling a guy's, 80 pounds lighter than him. Like, why?
Well, I get that one.
I don't.
Okay, it's not just pure. It's also he wants to keep like similar guys going. Like Zarab, he wants to keep him in there, and
Zarab's always pulling people way bigger than him.
and you start running. Well, he says he wants to pull supers only.
Oh,
Yeah, so it like makes sense, and we don't have that many American guys.
man,
You start
Zarab
running
versus
around.
Brzezinski was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good match.
I'd like to see like Roman get over there, but
I would too.
Ian asked him, I think, and he said no. I think.
Really?
Yeah, he had some trouble.
Quady says Wayne is above Chance and in the hook.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I just submitted mine, and I left Wayne ahead, even though he might beat him, but I can't. Wouldn't make sense for me to just randomly guess that.
All right, so Sandra Cetus, Lachlan Adair. Man, Lachlan looked good down
Real
here,
good.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's with the travel. So he
That-
traveled and
that's
did
the
all that
difference
shit.
of experience. Once you actually get out of the country, do the run back.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was impressive because Pablo even hit on him and was fucking bam, and he just got pulled in. Like shit. Okay, that's some strong shit.
I think
Pablo is
Gabriela
strong ass dude.
Vasconcelos gets killed by Eagle.
What?
Unfortunately. I do.
Left probably. Even left is close, but I take Aguilera left. Gabby right.
I think Gabby wins or loses right. I hope Gabby
Really?
wins. I
think-
hope.
When
she
is
has-
this card?
I think she has winning record.
August, I think.
This one's August.
That's August.
The one after that's November.
I'll put $5 on Gabby.
Yeah.
Right-handed.
That's a
Probably take
good
your
bet.
5. I think
Yeah.
Eagle wins.
Taking it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Stocky match.
I'll bet when it's $5. When it's 300, I'm like, I'm good.
Oh, I ain't doing that
Hey,
shit, man. It's arm
I
wrestling.
mean, with how many matches are here, it's basically.
Chance. See, I don't even know who
5
Zurab
each.
is. I just heard he was lighter. So,
Well, you haven't.
does
seen
he
it.
got a chance then, or is Chance getting smashed?
Chance?
I don't know
he's
this
definitely
guy.
got
I don't
a
know
He has a
these
good
Chance
chance.
got
Real
chance.
good chance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
like he could win.
Zurab
He should
and
win, I
Brzezinski
think.
just went at it hardcore, and Chance gave Brzezinski a run.
yeah, he should win. I wasn't that impressed. I mean, it was exactly what we would imagine. Just Brzezinski, he got frustrated, so he took a couple losses, but it should have been like a 6-0 sweep,
Yeah.
or well, however many they go.
And then you got Cody Merritt and Morozov. So I'm pretty sure that Morozov then is the guy that Quady was saying could be number 1 in the
Yeah.
world or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
did you skip Cataret? You skipped the first
Who
two,
the hell
right?
is that? Oh, he's holy shit.
Yeah, John Brzezinski versus
Hold on,
Keter
let me pull the
Gotti.
dust off that guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Keter Gotti. That's
Jerry
a crazy one.
Cataract.
I don't know.
Fucking shit, I didn't know he was still pulling, man.
Oh, my
Damn,
God.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Who's
missed
that
that
guy?
one.
Dude, I hope Jerry wins. I think he's going to get smoked by Gennady.
You cannot roll off the couch, man, and go pulling. Seriously, the dude ain't pulled since like 2018.
Yeah, the last two
He
matches I
says
was not.
2019, but I think if you look at
I
it,
think
it's
he's
really
lying.
2018.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I can't stand it, dude.
I don't know the guy. I'm
I
just
really
saying,
can't
like, I
stand
didn't think
Jerry's
he was
funny,
pulling
man.
anymore.
Jerry's funny. I honestly do. I do think Jerry is the best presser in the world. I still
Dude.
think that for sure.
Probably.
When
but
I picture that guy,
does
I
that mean
picture
if you
that
don't
WAL match with him and Michael Todd that went on for like 7 minutes.
Forever, dude.
And they're just putting this stupid pressure, and you're like, God damn, that dude's a monster. Like, he wouldn't give up. Like, he didn't give up for shit. Like,
No,
I
and
can
the-
picture that
the
match.
strap
It's-
came apart.
Oh, he
Yeah,
didn't.
he didn't give
He
a
didn't have
fuck.
nothing though. That wasn't.
No, it just
Yeah.
tucked in behind either way. Both of them. It was either way. Watching that match, it was like, what the
His
fuck?
tongue's
that-
always out.
I'm
Going,
pretty sure that was his last match.
Michael was so far above the table. That wasn't even close.
I just think that, yeah, that was his last match, or somewhere around there.
Brzezinski versus Ungerbayev.
Dude, I love Armbracket.
Oh shit, are we?
Sick match.
Oh, see, that's the thing. I was coming from the bottom
Yeah. Oh, were you?
originally,
skipped a
and
lot.
well, no, because somebody else jumped up.
Does anyone think
Yeah.
Jerry can beat Gennady though?
Hold on, where the hell you at?
Yeah, we'll
now?
go back from the top. Top down. Let's
From the
forget
top?
what we said
Oh.
so far.
See, I never go from the main event.
Oh, you want to go down? All right, bottom up then.
That was the plan.
Let's do it.
Krasimir. I see. I don't know who or Rock.
Well, who did we pick? We didn't pick the first one yet.
Oh, I'm gonna go with. I don't know who the hell is Sandra Cetus.
He beat Chance last card or two
This
cards
is a
ago.
huge Latvian dude, right?
I have no
He's like
idea who
105
wins that
kilo.
match, man. I'm
Did
gonna
he
say
smash
Rockland.
Chance or did he beat Chance?
Lost in a hook, smashed them everywhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, so he got a Chance got a win.
I think it was a foul, but it should have been a win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lachlan smashes him then.
Yeah, I'd probably pick Lachlan, but it's one of those.
They have a storyline. They used to compare numbers in the gym because they were both being taught by Giannis.
So I'm gonna go Lachlan. He looked really fucking
Yeah, I gotta
good.
go with the most recent matches. So I
Yeah.
would go
No,
Lachlan.
I go Cetus. He's too much experience, too good.
I don't know.
There's a lot. You can't win Zlatitur and then face a dude that's didn't even place, and then I can't pick him. Sanders.
All right.
Krasimir versus Aracli.
So who is Aracli?
He's Levon's training partner, but he's only like 200
I was
pounds.
gonna say he's way lighter, right?
Yeah, that's a
Super
good match.
strong.
Holy, I didn't
He
even
lost
see
to
that.
Todd here elite recently.
I would say Krause just
Todd
on the
Hutchins.
weight.
I don't know.
I
one's
would.
good.
I pick. I don't know. Aren't they way different weights?
Yeah.
No.
Krause has got to be heavier.
They're the exact same weight.
No way.
Krause-
They're the exact same weight.
Really?
I'm going with Krause.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Krasi's like 240, and Rackley's like 240 now. They're like 230,
I
240.
thought
both.
Aracli was like 220 or 210.
He,
Yeah, I would've
he used to
guessed
be
like
210.
210.
He was 210 before, but now he's like 240, 230. Yeah. They're the exact same weight, basically.
I can't choose on some of these. I don't know. I'll take Aracli because he's a hoss, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going Krause just because I know who he is.
Yeah.
Man.
This is
No
such an
better reason.
educated opinion.
Yeah, right. We all know so much.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank.
I'll go I'll go crazy because he's been getting smashed by huge dudes.
Yeah, he's gonna.
I'll give him a
love
chance with this one.
going against somebody his own weight.
Right?
Oleg versus.
Oleg all day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go Oleg.
Who's the other guy?
David.
He's the dude that was gonna face John in the
Yeah.
first round of. Yeah, he's way bigger.
Oleg all day.
I'll take the bigger guy.
No way.
This is the one where people think Oleg's gonna lose because he's not all the way back.
Yeah, but it's not because he's.
I can't pick against Oleg though. I like him too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking Oleg.
Ryan Bowen versus Coach Ray.
Hold on, did we get all our picks for that one? Who you got?
I'll take Oleg.
All right. What about you? You got
The
Dave?
other dude.
I'd like
Okay.
to say that it's fucking ridiculous that dude's even pulling at this kind of level after an accident like that and snapping his arm,
Yeah.
twice in his
Yeah, it's
forearm where
crazy.
he's pulling.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's
Well, the thing
crazy.
is, he was competitive super heavyweight, and then now he's just his weight again.
Still.
Now he's actually starting to go up. with this one.
Where he like snapped it halfway,
Yeah.
like twice, like
In the car wreck he did?
Yeah.
yeah, it was bad. Like his left arm was bad. The fact that he's like arm wrestling with that is fucking
How many
ridiculous.
people in a bad car wreck snap their best arm and, you know what I'm saying?
Probably
Right.
braced himself.
Like,
I'd make perfect sense.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 other people in that accident died, so
I
mean,
know. It was
you
a
know.
bad one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wonder how fast they were going.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Russia or whatever,
All I
they're
know
probably
is
going
that
100
that's
miles
some
an hour.
crazy shit that he's like out there, like, oh, now I'm competing at this level. Like, fuck,
Well,
dude,
he
that
took,
was
he
like
took
2.
his time. He took his time.
It's been like 3 years or something though. It ain't been crazy a long
Yeah.
time.
But like he was real quiet, kept to himself, and then
Oh yeah, I'm
did
sure.
did like very small weights, and then he competed and just
Dude,
smashed
he was doing
everybody.
small weights like 4 months after that fucking accident. and shit.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
I'm like, god damn, this guy.
And then he just his first competition he won. the
Yeah,
nationals.
if you would see like the X-rays or something, like that dude's never arm wrestling. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I would never believe that with the old leg.
Yeah.
He's too crazy.
Bowen and Coach Ray.
Go Trey.
Bowen.
Bowen.
I think Bowen wins.
Yeah, I'll pick Ray.
I think I hope Coach Ray wins, to be honest. I
Is
like
it right? Is it right or left?
It's right.
Right.
Bowen.
Yeah. He's just bigger and stronger. Coach
Yeah.
Ray's just as smart.
More likely, but I've been
Who's
too
smarter?
Too much. I can't
Yeah,
ever go with
probably
it's
smarter.
that's like the same as the Sanders one to me. I just can't go against experience.
Yeah.
Alright.
I think Bowen wins, but Coach Ray wins, I'll be happy.
Dude, he's such a professional. Came to the U.S. super clean, smashed. Wasn't even
Yeah.
close. Wasn't even like. He made
Artem?
Artem not even look like he's like an arm wrestler.
Yeah.
You don't think Ryan would do that to him too, though?
No,
I
kinda do.
think he, yeah.
no.
Dude, Ryan, I think people underestimate that guy.
I think he's not pulling how he should.
Bozidar versus David. I don't even know either one of them, so.
I mean, I know who Bojar is. I don't know who the other dude is. But I'll say I'll root for Bojar.
He's the dude that just faced Paul in, lost Paul in.
Take Bojar.
David's bigger.
Hmm.
He's like
I don't know those guys.
he's 22 pounds. He's 10 kilos heavier.
I don't know.
And they're both like they at some point they were the best in their weight class. Hook, but Bojdar is like the best right now in his.
I just like that dude's
Uh,
style.
Daniel's maybe a little better, but
Corey Miller versus Daniel.
Corey Miller all day, baby.
Yeah, Corey
Merc.
Miller.
yeah, I had Bojdar for that last one by the way.
I don't know
I'm going-
Daniel. I kind of
You
do know
know
that name.
Yeah, Daniel all day.
Who do you got?
Unfortunately.
Daniel?
That's
Dude,
Corey all day, crazy.
Dude, unfortunately, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish it was. I love Corey, but that's
so
like,
Daniel smashes Giannis, huh?
dude, it's like, yeah, not
does?
even, not even a world.
Well,
Yeah.
Travis always says
Like, so
Ingen
Daniel
tries to
and
Makes
set
him
Giannis-
look like a baby. Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah.
Well, then why are they setting him up like that?
I don't know, because he said there's no
If
other
you ask
lightweights.
Travis Bajan, it's because Ingen wants the West to lose. He says that all the time.
I still got Corey, man. Fuck that shit. Why are they setting him up like that?
I'll say I'm rooting for Corey.
It's because he had, you know why it is? It was Svetan Gashevsky. Well, that's who he was gonna face, and I was like, oh, that's a good match.
Fucking Russian. They
I-
wouldn't let him over there.
And then no, he just called out. I think he's a Bulgarian dude, but
They wouldn't let him. WAF wouldn't let him over there.
no, he's allowed, but he said like he wasn't gonna be ready or something like that.
There was a
And-
reason that it was political, I think, dude.
Well, no, but Bojdar's on there.
I'm
He's
just saying
Bulgarian.
the reason that
Well,
he
who
couldn't
knows?
go over there had something to do with that, I think.
Who
Or he
knows,
was told
yeah.
he couldn't go.
But
Um,
but then they had to find a match for Bojdar, so they had to rearrange stuff, and that's how that happened.
Marcio versus Arif.
that's fucked up.
It is, yeah. I mean, I hope Corey goes out there and like just explodes, but I don't even think he's gonna get like the first flash. Really, I hope so, but it would be awesome if he did.
So this guy smashes Giannis?
Yeah, Giannis isn't even like, I don't think he's even top 3 in that weight class anymore.
Yeah.
Then why the fuck?
And like
whatever.
Daniel's like the best. He's the best there.
Yeah, see, already the cards are fucking up then. See, he was doing so good, and then now you're like, what's going on?
Hopefully somebody's keeping track of what we're picking so far.
Yeah. Well, it's being recorded. So.
Well, that's true. I'm just trying to see if we're like East favored so far.
Marcio versus Arif Erdem.
Oh man.
I'll take Marcio, but that one's tough. It didn't Arif win like Zloty or something?
Oh, he's
WAF?
two-time WAF,
Yeah.
super heavy. Yeah, nobody touches him supers.
Yeah.
But that's different. Juice versus no juice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
It's hard to
Marcio
pick
based
that.
on head size.
Right.
Based on head size.
Straight
alone.
H difference.
I'll go Marcio, but I would not be surprised if he lost. A lot of these matches are that way, which means
I'm
they're
gonna
good.
go Arif.
Yeah, I'll go Reef. It sucks. I picked against Marcio left and right
I
last
don't
time.
like
and he
picking
won.
against Mauricio, but I'm pretty sure my rankings guys say that he's gonna lose. I'm
Yeah.
going with that.
You think Marcio wins WAF if he goes there?
I think Marcio's a stud. I love Marcio. I'm gonna root for him everywhere, and I think he wins as much as possible. But
Yeah,
I
I'll root for him. I'll pick a Reef.
I don't know any of these guys that are not American or
You've seen
Brazilian.
him. You've seen him pull a bunch for sure. He lost to Hermes and he just smashed Krasny. Like not even
That's
close.
the thing, though. Like I don't watch those matches.
Yeah. He just destroyed
So I don't
Krasny.
know if I've seen that.
Like
shit.
like he beat him like
I barely know that.
about
guy.
as bad as Corey did. So now like think about Krasny and Marcio. I think they're somewhat close. From what I could imagine, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm still gonna just stick with
Yeah, I'm going with the
Heard
Reef.
him.
Yeah.
just because.
Dave Chafee, Artem Morzov.
I'm still taking Chafee though.
Chafee.
Chafee. Oops.
The reason I'm taking Chafee, Artem's
get?
impressive, but Chafee, that's his good hand, and that's Artem's not good hand.
I've seen him get challenged with that side.
Yeah. To me, if your strong hand's not right, there's no way you're going to beat Dave Chafee.
His is. I think it's good.
It is good.
I don't think
he's
they're
really close,
I don't-
but
yeah.
they say his left's better.
Is it?
And if your right hand is not your best hand, you can't beat
be
Dave Chafee.
Yeah, I
Well,
wouldn't think so.
apparently Levon's better hand is his left.
Okay, besides LeBron, but come on, it's LeBron.
Who's Revez Lutiz?
Just beat Michael, that guy.
Flop
Flop press. But he's not even. He's a top roller. He's a pure top roller. Somehow he beat Michael with the flop.
So Derek's got a Smith then, or Derek's got a chance then. Huh?
I think Derek Smith's going to beat him.
He's
But-
got to come in better than last time, and Derek's gonna beat this guy.
But Derek lost to Artem Morzov, and
Yeah, but so does everybody else, right? So
Andrew, as we're finishing these type years in the chat, we're gonna see compare.
Derek, I think Derek can beat Rivez. I don't think Rivez could even touch Artem Morzov.
man, I feel dumb as fuck. You guys should just take
Uh,
this shit over.
I'm-
and just sit back and smoke.
Man,
The only reason I know some of these guys is because I've watched East vs West before.
I hope Derek can do something. But something that really encouraged me for his future was when he took that loss, he was like, all right, I'm gonna put my right arm back in tournaments, and I'm not gonna like protect my brand with that. He's actually gonna start pulling. I was like, okay, there we go. And then he got this match announced. He's like, nope, only left in tournaments. I'm like, I gotta pick the other guy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I pick Rivaz.
All right, I'm still going Derek Smith.
Hutchings.
Hutchings wins though.
The American loses. Derek loses.
Yeah, there you go.
I think Hutchings beats
It's a safe
Prudnick.
bet to say American.
My God, am I going? I think I'm going sweep right now.
Prudnick.
Yeah, I think Hutchings wins.
Prudnick.
I'm rooting for Hutchings
I
for
think
sure.
I'm
but
rooting
I
for
don't think
Hutchings,
so.
but that might be his kryptonite right there.
Man, I've only picked one West so far. Almost the East sweep.
So you are Eastern. I also picked Cody to beat this guy.
Ooh.
Even though everybody says he's
Mo-
the man,
yeah, I'll
Cody's the man.
That one's
I'll
gonna
go
be.
more. I'll go more.
That's gonna be my favorite match right
Well,
there. Like
here-
my most anticipated match. I want to see that.
I think it's even closer when Cody's like really good, but he's been having like the arm problems anyway.
Yeah, I know.
That's scared. Yeah.
Chance Shaw, I'm picking him.
Yeah, I'll
I
pick-
think
I'll-
Chance
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Who is that?
Zarab, that guy that just lost to Brzezinski. I think
Thing
Chance
is,
can do it. He's
his-
got a lot of pronation.
Yeah, Zarab's dead hand, like pressure didn't look good to me.
Yeah.
No,
Like-
it was a last resort for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely wasn't like.
And if he had that, then I would probably even pick Zarab. But
Did you get a lot of the East versus West wrong this last time?
almost everything?
You got them all wrong?
Almost everything, yeah.
See?
I got the really obvious ones right, but
See, we shouldn't be listening to Oldmer's odds.
yeah. But that was like the first card I've ever done that bad on. I'm usually like almost dead on.
Gabby's smashing right-handed.
I hope so. I think Eagle
Yeah,
wins.
I got.
What is Eagle? Is she better left or right?
I think she has a winning record on Gabby left.
And right. I think she
I
has
don't
a
know. I
winning
don't know.
record right. That's why
I-
Gabby wants a piece.
That's Gabby both hands.
I got Gabby right, Egley left.
Eagle is like won the world like so many times. Not even funny.
Brazil.
But so is Gabby.
Yeah, Gabby has more right.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm
I'm
picking.
picking Gennady versus this other guy here.
This other guy, Jerry
Yeah,
Cataract.
I got Gennady also.
Never heard.
I
of
hope
that guy.
Jerry wins. I really do. But I think Gennady's just gonna light
You
him up.
cannot come off the couch and pull top level dudes, man.
Yeah, it's Gennady.
His confidence is a little bit strayed.
Why is it
will
so
say.
high? Is he like on a cycle or something, or where?
Dude,
Like,
have you seen him?
He's
No.
just Jerry, man.
He's never been that jacked. Have you seen the
yeah, he
last?
is jacked.
He went on Travis's. Pure muscle. He turned all that fat into. It's insane.
Yeah.
He looks huge. Dude, you should see a picture of him.
all right, I gotta see.
Go to
I think he's always been that way.
The Travis channel.
Just the
So,
angles.
Dude.
what
Dude, he
YouTube or
looks-
something?
Jacked. I'm not gonna lie.
I did notice that a little bit, but
He's been juicing up trying to get a match, so I don't know though.
All right, what am I looking for?
All right, look for it's like Chance and Jerry interview.
It's recent.
Yeah, just go to videos maybe.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Popped off. What am I looking for? Jerry. Jerry disrespects Travis's hero.
Yeah, you could look at any of those
Good.
clips.
That's 40 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. See, I'll put this over here.
but who in the world does Jerry practice against?
Nobody. He
You
does.
know,
He does weights. I think.
All right. Let's see.
Look at this dude.
He don't look that
Just,
jacked.
hold on, just
You got me like thinking he looked like
no,
Lucky's or
dude.
something.
Dude, he did not look like that before.
Yeah.
And you'll see when he goes into like
picking the other guy
light.
pretty
still.
muscled up. I agree, but
Dude, he's got veins.
how are you going to
in
beat
the right
Gennady
position.
if you're not even training against elite arm wrestlers? You know Gennady's
Yeah,
training
man,
against
you're not coming
Lamont.
out you're not coming off the couch.
Well, yeah, I've never been that impressed by like at least his last few performances like with Gennady, but still, I can't pick Jerry. I can't pick somebody that like
No.
dodges.
Has he ever pulled it overseas?
I don't even know. Yeah, has he?
I don't know. People go over there the first time, always get smashed.
I don't think he's ever right. Has he gone to Zloty? Maybe. I'm trying to think if I like seen
I don't know.
yellow tee pictures before.
John Brzezinski wins.
Hungerbayev and Brzezinski.
Yeah, I picked
Brzezinski.
Gennady the last
I'm
one.
going Angerbayev.
Brzezinski.
I wouldn't be surprised if Hungerbayev wins, but I hope Brzezinski.
Angerbayev's not 100%.
He's not.
If that affects your thing at all.
Nah, I'm sticking with it.
I'll
he-
say Hungerbayev,
He's
but
actually
Nobody's 100%.
No, he just had shoulder surgery.
yeah, no one is. You're right.
John Brzezinski doesn't even have a shoulder.
Yeah.
It's true.
All he needs is his
Yeah, I got
meaty
John.
hand.
Yeah,
You got
John's gonna
Angerbayev?
win that.
Yeah.
What about you?
Hungerbayev.
Oh, okay, split.
I hope
Oh,
Brzezinski.
shit.
I want America across the board.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like a top 8, Angerbayev. I think he'd probably favorite, but I don't. He's not that guy right now.
What does Australia count as? East or
West.
west?
I think they're counting us as West.
North America, Western Europe, and Australia.
But you know what?
Typically
The
referred to
the way
as the West.
they did it.
So it's all west.
Doesn't
West
seem like
is
it,
crazy. Because then Coach Ray and Ryan is west, right? It's west. All those
Yeah,
first
big.
4.
Yeah,
I think we got to claim Australia at that point.
Now let's I think
bullshit.
they
We
counted
took
out
him over
West
originally.
ends at the Corey Miller match. So I picked.
Corey Miller. All right, man. Well, I think we should wrap it up. We got an event tomorrow that everybody's pulling at.
Yep.
We could talk this shit forever, but Drew, I appreciate you coming down.
Yeah, I loved it.
I hope Armbracket works out. We can get that shit rolling and more people use it.
Yeah, me too.
I hope you kick ass tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what class I'm doing.
Yeah, don't go into my weight division, please.
I won't.
Supers.
I did supers last weekend.
Supers.
It's crazy to think that was last weekend. Feels like it was like 3 weeks ago.
Dang, is that really last weekend?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still sore.
Well, we'll be back on. We're going to be live tomorrow from Brewski's. So that's Drew Bishop, everybody. Peace.